Hey, welcome to Inkwell Society with your Maze Arcana family here on twitch.tv/D&D. I hope you are all ready for a neon noir excursion. And we're pretty close to the height of this most recent mystery, I think. You wouldn't know, would you?
Nope.
But you would know about the announcements.
So, of course, World Anvil, which is what Rudy uses to do all the terrible things to us, you too can use for your games at worldanvil.com, where you get to do all the timelines and notes and all the wonderful things you need to do to track your campaign. Also, the Rook and the Raven has a way to track your campaign if you're a player. There comes these really cool books that you can write your notes in and stick maps and stuff and the handouts into it, and you have little slots for your spell cards and whatever else they give you. And you can get those at therookandtheraven.com. Of course, Wormwood makes all these cool dice trays that we use and stuff, and even like holders, special ones that you might be able to win. You can get those at wormwood.com. Speaking of this special dice tray holder, you can only get this one if you submit fan art. Fan art goes to D&D fanart at wizards.com.
That is true.
D&D fanart at wizards.com. Submit your Inkwell fan art. We will choose the top 4, and then we'll throw it out for everybody to vote for it in the Discord channels.
Probably, I mean, we might just do a Twitter
poll?
Twitter poll.
Yeah.
But it seems to me like, some of the stuff I've seen, I'm like, yeah, this is great.
But you'll be able to vote. So that means you guys need to get all your friends to vote for you, because otherwise they're going to vote for somebody else. Of course, campaign coins is things you get along with your campaigns, so you can get those to hand out to people and put in their little books and pockets and stacks of things, because who knows when you're going to be going to a card game in-game and need coins to be able to play. That might happen. You can get those at campaigncoins.com. They come in all kinds of denominations, from singles up to thousands and 10,000s. Of course, Idle Champions is out everywhere now. It's on Steam, of course, but it's also on your Xbox. It's also on your PS4. You can go download them and get Blanya. And even I saw Peach showed up.
That's true, little purple Peach.
Little RPG showed up. If you want to check out what it looks like, you can go check out our Discord.
And you can level up Peach, too.
Yeah.
As you unlock fluffier and fluffier Peach.
More and more
Royal
until
Peach.
The Royal Peach.
Eventually, you become her familiar.
That's true.
Life.
That's life.
Yeah.
And
I
she
can
boosts
attest to
your champions quite a bit. 230%, I think I saw.
Peach boosts all of the champions by
I
230%.
think that's what I saw.
She's the best.
She's like a Peacher. Of course, you can catch Sig over at his channel.
Yeah, twitch.tv/SigNeutron. I got a podcast called Spewtron, available on all podcasty sites.
All kinds of crazy art you're putting up lately.
Yeah. And today my rapping alter ego just dropped a music video called Sugar High.
Sugar High?
By Sucka MC.
Sucka.
Explicit warning, though.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. You've got your stuff on podcasts?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep, Spewtron.
You can get that at
Spotify, Podbean, and iTunes. Mm-hmm.
Speaking of podcasts, Life Action Roleplay.
Just got on Spotify.
Yep.
Great podcast.
Congratulations.
This week is a week when one dropped, right?
Yep, one dropped actually this morning.
No. Mm-hmm. You got to hear them talk about.
So this episode is all about a bunch of other people's best kind of heroic experiences and fun times in role-playing games and LARPs, because we're celebrating 10,000 listens.
Wow. Mm-hmm. And with Spotify, you're only going to get more.
Yep, that's the plan.
All kinds of. So go listen to the Spodcast podcast.
Podcast. That sounds about right.
Of course, one of our other lovely sponsors is Level Up Dice.
Yeah.
They make us all kinds of cool dice. I forget the names of my dice, but
Yours are probably the Jackson Pollock ones.
these really cool ones with blue and gold flecks and things, and you've got to go and get these from Level Up Dice. Nobody else makes those. It's teams. Got, what'd you call yours? The Egyptian
My
obsidian?
ancient Egyptian ones.
Yeah.
Yes, I've got the agate. I've got the ancient Egyptian. It's jet and onyx with gold lettering.
So they smash up the rocks and they smush them back together to make the dice.
Very nice.
You can get level up dice in the States at usa.levelupdice.net. Of course, other shows you can see here. You can catch Sirens of the Realms every Tuesday. I think they've got one before your season.
Nope. Season finale. The season finale part 2 is next week.
Next week. Season finale is on Tuesday, so make sure to tune in to see what kind of craziness happens there. Of course, the Dungeon Master's Guide's on Sundays,
So it's on hiatus.
but she's taking a break right now while they're tooling up some stuff. There are all kinds of crazy things you can see, but of course, you want to watch us every Wednesday like you're watching right now. Then you've got Roll20. You can go get good things. You can play online, and you can catch me. I've got some new episodes of this stupid mockumentary I did called The Room Actors, Where Are They Now? Where I make fun of myself and the really bad movie that I've done. Those new episodes, I think, start showing up next week. And I think the first one's about me.
Nice.
You can get that at Amazon Video Prime. I think we're on the Funny or Die stream, so you can go find all of our episodes there. Other than that, thank you everybody for watching us play D&D.
So the final date for the turn-in on the
The giveaway?
for the giveaway for fan art
art giveaway.
is, I believe, the 28th. So that would be that Monday. That way we can put it up the Tuesday, and everybody gets to vote Tuesday and up through Wednesday when we will announce the winner.
Nice.
Yeah. Beyond that, I think we might end up having a World Anvil giveaway or two by next week. And also, we're not doing a giveaway tonight for D&D. That'll probably be maybe next week, maybe not.
It's next week.
Okay, it definitely is next week. You heard it from the woman herself. And stick around and chat if you are a fan of Idle Champions, because we got codes dropping.
Oh?
Yeah, they didn't get sent through until today. They were supposed to be
Hopefully they
dropping in the chat last night too, but
Hopefully they don't break.
break the game?
If you
By
drop
dropping
them,
Mm.
I get it.
Like the fire crystal, like the Kyber shard?
Like the Kyber shard that someone happened to find.
So,
I don't have it.
Nobody does.
so with that, let us play the intro, which Steven Sprinkles here has fine-tuned to be nice and shiny new. Welcome back. Hope you guys enjoyed that as much as we do. It was a fun shoot.
So cold.
It was a little cold.
So cold.
Worth it.
It was worth it.
I was glad I was wearing 4 layers of clothing.
I was glad you were wearing 4 layers of clothing. All right. So last week, as our quick recap, we will, if you haven't watched it, it is up and available. You can go see it on the, in the twitch.tv/D&D past broadcasts, and it will soon be up on YouTube as well. And we'll make sure to have links available for you whenever you're ready to go back and watch it if you missed it. But if you just need a little brush up, a little catch me up right now, our illustrious Lobies struck a deal with the Boromar clan to get a hold of some of the Dream Lily that was being brought in by none other than the Amante Syndicate, who our heroes, have had a couple of run-ins with, and are attempting to uncover what the connection is between that and the Doom Lily that seems to have influenced a number of orphans to commit a number of murders. Not all of the orphans have made it out alive.
We lost one.
We did lose at least one.
It was a messy affair.
And during the last episode, I'm just gonna, like, the party, the thems, came upon a blacksmith seeming to be robbed, only to find out that this robbery was more the result of an extortion ring, and the blacksmith had not paid up recently. He was not happy about being extorted, and thus they took most of his holdings, as well as a Kyber shard that housed a fire elemental to be used to get the forge to a very hot temperature so they could make a very specific bracket that keeps signs from falling on proprietors. Because Felix is now the proprietor, and he does not want the sign to fall on him. Because that would just be a percentile roll every time you walk out. So, after that, the group was able to make their way to Millie's and collect a good portion of the Dream Lily and a bag marked special that presumably, nobody checked, had Doom Lily in it. Did you?
I did. Remember you said there's a bunch of little vials in there, and they were green if I took it to the burn to make sure it was actually.
Oh, did you? Yeah. Okay, good. So then the Doom Lily was confirmed and handed off as they, Lossian and Grizz, are now, or I guess finished the episode in the moonlight waiting for the blacksmith to repair the wagon, the same blacksmith who had previously been robbed, but they returned a coffer, to which he said, yeah, this looks like about the amount of money that I lost.
Which means we gave him a lot more than he lost.
Possibly all the extortion money from the entire neighborhood. Who knows? And this is good because after stopping the initial robbery, Felix returned to take the Kyber crystal, the Kyber shard, for extracurricular activities.
I believe he claimed finders keepers when he picked it up.
Sounds about right. I am an overlord after all. Or
no. Kingpin.
You'll work your way. You'll get there. And with that, So what I'm going to say right now is that you will have all had a long rest
Oh, thank you.
over the evening. Rose, you will have gone. I guess actually both of you will have gone back to the Old Dominion. Run it. Done your. Yes.
Can I have some tips so I can go gambling with it?
And that's a good point. How good was the performance today?
It's very good.
Roll me your performance check.
You're performing when I'm there or when I'm not there.
Are you at work?
That's what I'm wondering. Am I at
Yeah,
work?
your work. I didn't get there yet.
I'm
But
distracted. I rolled a 2 plus 4.
you were really vying for that.
So distracted. Oh. I forgot that there are people here. I was just sitting on, and then I tell a story and I walk off.
You just asked Felix for a raise.
I don't think you put that raise in place yet.
No.
So maybe she's on strike.
I think
That's the truth.
it's either that or she's revolting against the idea of a review.
There's that too.
What are you talking about? I thought we were friends. So you did make.
Out of pity, this is pity tip.
I mean, I rolled rather high.
But yeah.
You got 94 copper.
Even when you blow them off,
Leave them wanting more.
That was her entire tips, but I'm gonna say that's like your tips for the week.
I caught the raven.
that's
For like
almost
5
a gold.
minutes.
It's almost a
Thinking
gold.
Huh?
94 copper. That's almost a gold.
Yeah. It's
My
9 silver,
goodness.
9 silver and 4 copper.
I boob pocket the whole thing. Got nice bosoms now.
Because you're dressed.
That's an expensive bra.
Yeah.
94. What do I do with all this money?
Well, that would explain all of the sparkles.
And Lawson, you went to work. The last time, I think you collected your paycheck not too long ago.
Yep.
And Rose usually would have gotten one on Friday. So we will wait until the next Friday to see how much you brought in. And you can collect your paltry,
Fine now.
like 5 copper a week, I think. Yeah, no, you had a good night despite your...
I would like to pay my rent.
Excuse me, Dungeon Master. I'd like to use this action to pay my rent, and the bonus action to pay my utilities.
I actually don't think we need to pay rent yet.
No,
It hasn't been a full month.
It is
Each
not.
I don't care.
I
I'm not losing this one.
Almost break
I'm not
my
kidding.
hand.
I go home first when I go to sleep. Before I go to sleep, I go and I pay my rent for next month.
okay. All right, so knock out 2 of those copper. Oh wait, you had the bigger apartment.
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
got the big place.
Is it like 6 copper?
It's
No,
sorry,
2
silver is
silver.
what it
2
was,
silver.
but you have the bigger.
I don't know the math. What is
Yeah,
it?
hold
20
on.
silver? I'm sorry, 20 copper. is
20
2 silver?
copper would be it, but you had the bigger place. Yours was more expensive, but it was not as much as 2 separate apartments. I think it was like 3
So
silver.
3 silver.
30 silver. 30 copper.
So that's fine. That's one rough month. I'm very happy. So that's what, 60? 64?
64 then.
Thank you, Dungeon Master.
And then you get yours not this Friday, but the following Friday, because that'll be the 4th week, and you get paid bi-weekly,
Okay.
because that's how the Veterans Administration does it.
Okay. Hopefully they're not shut down.
Yeah. Yeah. As long as there's crime, the government runs fine in Charn. So, you finish your. I think what you did is you just left them wanting more.
Thank you. I said, huh?
And walked off. And they're like, "Do we pay now to get more?" That was a beneficial role from the Dungeon Master too.
Thank you.
Yeah. And Lawson, you spend the night at work while Grizz watches. Grizz, you had a pretty exhausting day. Can I have a Constitution check to see if you were able to stay awake through the night?
That would be a 21.
Okay. You make it all the way through the night. Lawson comes to relieve you of your duties, and you can head up and crash out with your snuggle buddy. Not Kai. And then we will begin after you guys have gone through and done your long rest here. So, did you correct the hit points on your side too?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
I need to do that.
You can just tell me what it is.
It's 13.
That's so lucky.
Yeah.
Well, in Eberron it actually is. So,
Is it?
so the baker's dozen.
Keith Baker's died.
Okay.
Yeah, unless you are
moons.
one of the moons. You got a pretty
One of them
good thing going on.
disappeared.
Yeah, more like exploded or something. So let's see.
Just like that dragon mark that disappeared.
Mm-hmm.
Not very much.
Mm-hmm. All right. You guys excited to play some D&D?
Wait, we're gonna play some D&D.
Dungeons and Dragons.
I'm in the wrong place. I gotta go.
As the sun reaches the peak, in the midday sky, you can hear 12 bells ring out across Sharn, which functions for most of you as an alarm clock. Recalling that now the most important things on your to-do list, beyond figuring out what sort of overall mystery is afoot, is the task at hand of the dead drop for the Dream Lily, and picking up the remaining coin that they will give you then, as well as taking the coin that you had already been paid for the first half of the delivery, which is, are you ready? Six platinum pieces.
Just gonna write that down.
Who's got this? Do we
This
not
was
get it?
this was the bag that the halflings gave you at the end of last episode.
I did.
Don't you wish you had grabbed more?
What?
You burned the other half of that.
It's a bad stuff.
It's terrible.
Where's my mind? Cut.
So, as Kai, is up in the room in the morning, wakes up, decides to check or Felix gets up and starts to check
Pretty quick, but
the
yeah.
coinage. He can't believe his eyes as he counts through what adds up to, I assume it was a bunch of gold too, but what adds up to roughly 6 platinum pieces, which is a very, very, very sizable fortune. Something that Felix probably hasn't seen since,
Ever?
well, your daddy probably had that kind of money.
Sure, but as a kid,
Yeah.
so I didn't have that money.
No.
Yeah.
And actually, you might have.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
I know how it smells.
All right, Grizz. Sniffing money. The synth of platinum.
I've been trained. I'm a noble lady.
Okay. You can have advantage on that check. When it comes to that time, you can have advantage
I'm
on
not sure. He might be full of bull, maybe.
it. Oh.
In Eberron, does it go copper, silver, gold?
Platinum.
Platinum.
6,000 copper, 600 silver, 60 gold, or 6 platinum.
Yeah, they're in increments of 10. Copper, silver, gold, platinum.
Great.
And they're called dragons.
Platinum?
No, platinum dragons. Gold or Galifar.
Oh, that's wrong,
Silver's,
wrong
yeah.
realm, sorry.
You're in the wrong realm, but that's okay. And you two gentlemen, or I guess you wake up and look out the window to see Laucian down, his pale skin baking in the Sharn sun. No glow of neon to help him look flush.
Take 2 steps sideways and step into a shadow.
You know that you, on your checklist, have to make an appearance at a card game at the newly reopened Cocoon Saloon. And that is at approximately the same time as the dead drop, as this is what appears to be a very valuable lead in the case that you have been trying to crack. It would seem foolish to waste the opportunity. So our party is going to be split for a little bit. So, the day is still bright. It is not quite night. And you don't have to split up yet. But there's a wagon downstairs. There's a horse who desperately needs to go to the bathroom. And Lausian is probably getting hungry.
Oh, that's good, because I would like to go. What I've been doing while I'm waiting is I've been making toast for everybody.
Toast?
Yes.
Buttered.
Actual toast?
Well, I have real toast and real.
Didn't add
The
butter.
jam and the butter
Can
is
I
the hard
pick up
part.
some butter?
Yeah.
On the way back.
Anything else?
Yeah,
I feel like if you had that much money,
I
like
would-
especially
I would
after
get some
seeing the
meat and also jam, and I would make butter, meat, and jam
Bacon.
toast.
bacon toast.
Yes.
I gotta add you actually just went from zeros.
Yeah.
That's what I have down. I did. Did
Yeah.
you change the? I have you had 0 money on you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
She's been busted broke for a while.
So I've been begging him for donuts.
Also, I was like, Lawson's not that hungry because he's been just snacking on jerky the whole time he's down there.
Okay, so if you went and got some fine goods, we'll subtract another silver. So what does that take you to?
What's a silver?
10 copper.
Okay, now I'm at 50.
50.
54.
Thank you. It's worth it. And I get it for everybody because I'm not selfish. So
And-
I would like to set on my table.
Uh-huh.
I got 4 plates, and I have my water glasses, and I have them set up. And I would like to go to each one of the rooms and gather the party.
Okay, so as you make your way to Lausian's room, you realize that he's not there. We'll cut downstairs, and the coffee vendor is closing up, being that it's about lunchtime. He's putting things away, and he just kind of like looks over at you again, and he's like, "We've got a little left. You've been here all morning, at least. Do you want some?" Okay. He just goes back to closing things up.
Bye.
Bye. And he goes and carts his cart off. And then you gather everyone in your room.
Like, come on. I'm.
You can smell the food.
I have a present for you. Come, let's gather. We have to powwow. I heard the word before. I'm very excited. And we gotta talk.
About?
Oh, we gotta talk about our cuts. We did the thing for you that we didn't want to do. Let's go inside. Yes.
I'll go get him, I guess. Okay, so you walk downstairs. Lausian's standing there next to the horse.
You want to come upstairs? I guess we're powwowing.
But who's gonna watch the cart with all the boxes? We can't leave. You know how it is in Sharn. We
Yeah,
can't leave this here.
Should I stay, or do you want to?
You should help the horse.
With what?
Horse things?
I don't know anything about horse things.
Like, you have to take it on a walk or something? Feed it?
I'll stay here. You can you go up there.
You should go get Rose. Rose knows horses.
Okay, I'll do that then. I guess I'll go back upstairs. He's with the thing. The horse needs stuff.
Is that right? What? What?
He said the horse needs stuff.
What the horse says? You fed it?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know anything about horses.
Oh. Well, I made the breakfast, lunch. I've got a present for you. See, it's very nice. I've made a thing. And it's like really pretty. And I origami the napkins too. Mostly it's newspaper.
So what is it? Like what's on
So
the
it's toast, and there's butter, and there's jam, and then there's like little shapes of meat that I kind of like organize, and it's like an art piece.
I'll walk up to it, put my hand in it, and just grab it and just start like, and then walk back out. Art.
Felix,
Yes.
I guess they're outside. We should probably join them. But
Probably.
Felix, can you just appreciate? I spent most of my money on these. I wanted to make you guys something nice.
No, it's delightful.
Hand you a plate.
How well is this cooked?
It's Satine. Roll me up.
It's not cooked. It's like
It's toasted.
So, yeah.
I was thinking.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, the bacon too. Yeah.
No, it would be like deli meat.
Oh,
I'm not gonna cook.
Sandwich
Like
meats.
I'm not
prosciutto,
cooking,
like prosciutto
but
and
I'm
stuff.
good at toast. Like,
Well-
like that's the only thing I make.
Okay.
well, no.
You can be proficient at toast.
It's gonna be a feet salt though.
If you went and bought like the actual like prosciutto or something like
Yeah.
that, sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
The toast.
Do you want to try?
No,
and-
I don't. I'm scared.
Then don't. There's no unless you think that it'll improve where you're going.
No, I don't want to make it worse.
All right. So, Felix, it reminds you of some small bastion of your childhood. Hmm?
I will.
Your mother used to make this for you.
Oh wow. This is delightful. Thank you.
I guess I'll bring Lassie in here since he's not coming up.
Sure. That's probably a good idea.
So I grab my plate and Lassien's plate, and as we walk down, the cut. Let's talk about the money.
Well, we probably shouldn't talk about that while we're in public, but if we can get everyone to a private place, we can talk about divvying up what we've got so far.
Maybe we should go inside the cart.
Potentially.
Okay. Then we walk down.
Okay, so everybody goes down.
What are you doing? I brought you a thing.
Oh, Mage Hand. Thank you.
You can get yourself noticed very easily with doing those things.
That's normal.
No, that's not normal. Most people in this city don't use magic casually.
Oh, we do.
Yeah.
Some.
It's Sharn.
Well, I mean,
Mage rights.
sure, but how many mage rights are
He's also an elf. People know that elves have like
fancy magic?
basic. I mean, no, that's basic.
Okay.
He's basic.
Okay.
You're all pretty basic right now.
All right, fair enough.
Some baser of basic, but
So, maybe we should go talk inside. And she's like eyeing the cart.
Oh, you don't want to open that. There's a lot of animals in
There's some things that explode too.
What?
there. I just start going into the
Well, there is now.
That's true.
all right. So after a little bit of jovial exchange,
I'm still outside.
lifting the mood, and everyone except Lossie into the. So you're still outside.
Lassie, get in there.
Oh, I can hear you fine out here.
No, we're supposed to talk in secret.
Then you probably shouldn't do it in there because I can still hear you out here.
We're going to whisper. I'm not whispering.
So why are you
right
whispering
now.
inside if you can whisper out
Lassie,
here?
get in here.
Okay.
Okay, so you make your way into the carriage and close the door. It's about 10 degrees hotter in here, but that's okay. You guys are in the first quarter of the year, so it's not super hot.
This ceiling's really low.
Austin, what's wrong with your face?
This ceiling
Did you
is
get
very-
any sleep?
I'm tranced, yes.
Oh,
The ceiling is very low, though.
You're elves. You don't sleep.
trance, sleep, it's almost the same thing.
I guess.
Is this how we're whispering? Because it's really loud.
No, it's not. Okay. We're whispering like this. So, we gotta do a thing, and you're gonna do a thing. You wanna talk about it?
We should plan. I'm gonna count the crates in the back, by the way,
Okay,
just to make sure it all adds up.
well, there's 5 crates.
Yeah.
When you got the money before, when you were given the slip for the dead drop, that money those were taken immediately.
Yes.
And then that was basically, you were given the upfront sum and another address to finish the dead drop.
Finish the dead drop with the Dream Lily crates
Yes.
and the.
So
we've
there are
already
5 Dream Lily crates in there.
Great.
And the bag of doom.
We don't.
No, that they
Did he
took
took it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They wanted that off the streets.
Okay.
I feel like we should probably look into the ones that we acquired before from the burning building.
We didn't acquire.
we-
Oh,
We acquired a few.
of these crates? No.
No, a few of the Doom Lily.
What?
Oh, what about it?
Well, we should keep a couple if you want to research that, but we should get the rest of it to that group because they've paid us very well.
Oh, well.
I'm gonna lean in and put 4 stacks of a platinum value each in 4 stacks. This is our share for the time being, and that was half of it.
I think that's more money than I've ever had in my entire life.
One of those stacks is yours, Grizz.
It smells like home. I grab one. And I bosom it. I hold it.
I thought you were just putting even more money down your cleavage.
I am.
It's like Scrooge McDuck's
Oh,
ball.
it's all, yes.
I'm gonna
I'm now like a double D.
I'm gonna like turn to the side and like put it inside Mr. Punchy.
Did we want
You
to?
put it in, Mr. Punchy?
Yeah.
Did we want to have this conversation someplace safe?
Well, you don't want to go.
This is why we haven't mentioned any numbers.
I'm just wondering, why don't we go to the bar?
We could.
We got all this stuff.
Right. The bar has an alley.
We can also move the crates into the bar for the time being until we need to move them.
Okay, well, let's go.
You can move them.
Well,
Okay. I guess I'll take care of the horse and we'll go and talk over there. So I get out.
Okay, so you guys go back, go to the Old Dominion, take the boxes inside. We'll say
I'll cast,
4-ish hours later.
I'll cast the tensors on the way, so it's there to move them in.
Okay, so now, mid to late afternoon,
Okay.
you guys are set in the Old Dominion to
No.
continue your conversation.
Now you comfortable?
Yes.
Okay.
wonderful. So, we have a card game to go to and gather some information. We also have a dead drop to handle for the rest of our payment. I might encourage you to potentially stash your money. If you would like, we do have a safe upstairs. But if something goes wrong, it's a little suspicious carrying that much money around. It's up to you what you do with it. I'm just suggesting if you want to, we do have a safe that's fairly hard to crack, or we can just hide it around the bar somewhere. Or in your own apartments. Do what you like with it. But if you're heading off to this dead drop and you get in trouble, someone's going to find a big pocket of cash.
Yeah, I'll put mine in the safe because I don't think my apartment's very safe.
Fair.
That's fine by me.
Or maybe Grizz, you could actually buy a door.
Oh, yeah. I didn't even think of that.
Speaking of doors, did you want me to find that enchantment that lets me magically lock doors?
What?
Is that an enchantment that you can develop?
Relatively soon.
Either that or some way of potentially... I mean, I feel like one...
I can set it to have a password.
Okay.
Then you can only open it if you have magic. Or the password.
It's very cool.
What would
But
we...
it is kind of... It can be kind of expensive to cast a lot of, so you don't... The ingredients can be expensive.
Noted.
But we can magically lock the doors.
That's tempting. I have to admit that is very tempting, but it's also kind of working out if we want to do spend that much money on it. But great, we can have that conversation another time.
Oh, okay.
Something to consider, though. If that's something you want to learn how to do or get, I don't.
I can learn lots.
Great.
It takes a little time, a little money.
All right. So, two of us need to.
What were you going to do with the poker game? Or with the card game?
Dungeon Master, how safe do I think Hermatio's floorboard hiding money thing is?
How safe do you feel like Harmatio is?
I think he was obsessive, so I think he's pretty safe.
Okay. So then you think it's pretty safe?
Probably better than the sock drawer. But if someone looks through your apartment, if they get the high enough roll, they're going to find them. So, but that's true for anything.
Yeah.
So I assume you're gonna do the card thing.
I was leaning that way. I would like someone to come with me.
I'm going.
Grizz, I'm immediately excluding you as it involves polite society.
I don't want to go with him.
You don't have to. I think you would look lovely in some kind of dazzling dress. I'm sure we can find something for you.
Oh, is this going to become a shopping episode?
Absolutely. But no,
All right, guys.
specifically.
Finale will actually be later because
No.
we're going to have 3
No, it's
episodes of
very
shopping.
easy. I run downstairs, I throw on these, and I come back, and it's like that fast.
Okay.
I've been dreaming about it all day.
We can pick up outfits on the way and just skip through that.
So still showgirl dress, though, not high society dress.
No, it's high society, but I kind of put things together.
Roll me a disguise check.
I do have. I was gonna do a disguise anyway. So what do you want me to roll?
Well, I guess it would be deception. And I'll give it to you at advantage because while you're not currently a lady, you were.
Come on, I rolled 2 8s.
2 8s.
But that is an 11.
An 11. Okay.
So I'm a sexy lady.
All right.
You do that downstairs.
So
It's a good thing that we're in the that where you're headed is technically in the red light district of the lower Dura, but that you're okay. You're gonna be thought of as very classy where you're going.
oh, all right, great.
Might not fit so well if you go up a level or 2.
So I guess that means we're doing the drop.
Oh, okay.
Be prepared. I mean, things tend to go wrong, and we don't want anyone. Yeah,
Just pull out Mr. Pokey.
one of these days that is going to break on you.
It's magic. It's not gonna break.
That's
What
not
do you mean
magic.
it's magic?
Not magic.
No, it's
Here,
magic.
give me a few minutes.
Literally, all 3 of us are magical, and that's not magic.
I mean, how do you know?
Because I'm now.
No, how do you know it's not magic?
Because it's Grizz.
You could have.
Well, that's just
Why
me.
would Grizz have a magical object?
You can pick up a magical object.
Why would anyone
I found
enchant?
it.
Why would
Wouldn't
any?
make it.
Oh, I don't know. I can't explain that though.
Why
Lots
would
of people are sharp wood.
anyone enchant a piece of glass?
That's a fair
Yeah,
question.
exactly that.
Would they disarm you if they just saw you had a piece of glass, or would they
I
let
see
you
where
keep
you're
it?
going.
It's a shiv. I think everyone's quite aware
It's
of
got
what
a
it's
name.
So I'm gonna ritual cast detect magic.
Yeah, I know. You already know the answer, but it doesn't matter because Grizz it has to believe it, not.
for.
See, it doesn't glow.
What?
It's magic.
It would glow to you, not to everyone else.
I take,
No, but
I
that's
take
what I said.
Lassian.
See, it doesn't glow.
Lassian. And I take him aside. Lassian, come on.
Don't touch me.
I'm not touching you. I'm hovering over you.
Yes.
I won't touch you.
So you're
But
speaking in
come.
common right now.
Yes.
Oh, hey, Lassian.
What?
Okay, so like, give this to him, all right? He
Now you're
believes
an
in it. He believes in this.
Is it important?
It's important to him that
Why?
he thinks because gives him, it creates hope in him that he'll be a better fighter or hurt things more gooder.
But he won't because it's not
No,
a good
but it's
weapon.
all in his head. It makes him feel like it, and that's very important. So
But a
just
sword would be so much
just
better.
go. He doesn't want a sword. He likes his ship just like he likes Mr. Punchy.
I have an axe.
I don't think he wants an axe.
Oh,
I
Mr.
think
Punchy, what are you talking about? That's fair. That's fair.
There's no Elvish
just
word for
just give this to him.
Would you like a better weapon?
I'll have a magical weapon.
I have a magical axe.
I don't want your axe.
I told you he didn't
I'll
want
have
the axe.
Mr. Pokey.
Fine. If you don't want a magic axe.
It's a very nice. I like a Mr. Pokey.
Yeah, me too. See, she thinks it's magical too.
So
She's wrong, but okay.
while they're talking in Elvish, I'm going to slide my hand over my face and activate one of my invocations and look similar to Gris. And then just start mimicking. Like, I don't want a magical axe.
My cheeks
Okay, so
already
you're-
hurt,
This is how you sound.
You're gonna go to the card game, and we'll drop off the supplies and pick up the other half. I was going to ask you about poisons because you're from Ondare and you probably know those because you probably killed some people.
Lassian.
What?
You know, we don't really have to. We could talk about this in private.
Oh, okay.
You don't happen to speak any other languages, do you? Like, and I say Dwarvish and Dwarvish. I say Halfling and Halfling. And, Sylvan. I just start going through. Do you speak any of these?
No.
Just Elvish.
No, I speak others, but not those.
Oh, okay.
I say, hey, I speak Sylvan.
It's true.
Oh, that's a very cool. Maybe
Sylvan
we can
is
have a
like
conversation.
int.
Yeah.
So
Oh, it's really slow.
And brownies and
doesn't have to be, but
Oh.
essentially like.
They.
There's a lot of barking in
One more thing before we do all these things. Yesterday, when you went back in the blacksmith, what did you do in there?
He said he was going to go get the brackets, but they were out, which is why we had to get them when we got the car repaired. I asked him.
Yeah, but why were they missing their shard?
Because someone stole it.
I thought we gave it back to him.
We did, but then we left.
Okay.
Do you have like a shift their senses or something? Are they going tingly?
All right, let's do the thing.
50 cents.
Yeah, so Lassian.
Oh, you're saying if we find the person who stole the shard, we could take it back to them and they'll give us even a more discount when we buy things?
No, I don't think that was what I'm saying.
I'm pretty sure we gave a very big chest of money. Maybe
true.
bigger than
They're very nice.
I would be too if someone
Here's-
had gave me a huge chest of money. That,
Since we're here, here's the brackets. Put those out.
Okay. Hey, Lassian.
we need a
let's,
sign first.
Yes, let's go have a chat.
Oh, okay.
We'll be right back.
All right.
What are we chatting about?
Okay, Lassian, what is this about poisons in Ondare now? And why do you think that I would know anything about that?
Because all the rumors I heard about the backwoods courts of Ondare is the fact
It's
that
not backwoods. Don't judge
that
us.
they poison each other and they do all kinds of stabbing and assassinations in order to keep control over their small fiefdoms, and because that's the way that they live without believing that they should
that's
keep
true.
peace.
All of this
And
is true.
so as a result, since I wanted to learn poisons because I wanted to be able to find poisons better when I'm investigating bodies, that would
Yeah.
help a lot. And also the fact that I could actually use them as anesthetics in order to put people
Okay.
out or to stop some pain if I'm having to fix people. Of course, then there's also the fact that poisons can sometimes be found within other locations, and I wanted to find all that. So I figured if I could find
What's
someone
your
who knew
question?
about poisons, I could actually get some training in poisons or know someone who has training in poisons so that I could actually go get a kit, and then I could actually start working with poisons so that I could do these things and keep people better, as well as find more crimes. And then that way we can actually find out whether you got the poisons, but if you don't have the poisons, then maybe I could
don't
actually find
have
someone else.
anything?
Would you know someone
I
who knows the
have
poisons? We
toast.
could probably get some poison.
Lassian.
Poison. What?
What is your specific question?
Do you know anybody in town who teaches how to learn poisons?
No.
Do you know how to learn poisons?
Dungeon Master. Is this something I would have kind of picked up a little bit in my, like...
I'm going to say that because you don't have anything like that from your actual background stuff,
I was on the up and up.
well, we're going to say that, you know that thing that happened? You botched it. You were trying,
Yeah.
and you botched it.
Yeah.
And so you know that you botched it,
Yeah.
but, you know, whatever else you want to do from that, as far as I'm concerned, you can tell him that you know everything. It's up to you, but I think we know, you and I.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I haven't seen any poisoning kits anywhere, so I was wondering if you
It's
actually...
been a long time. I don't remember anything.
Oh, okay. Then I guess I'll have to find someone to teach me about poison somewhere else.
Sonny can help you.
Well, that's okay.
Okay.
All right, so you guys head back to the group.
All right. So you're comfortable running security for Lotion doing this drop?
Yeah.
All right, so everybody's good.
Oh, I put my money in the safe thing.
What safe thing?
The one
You
you
got-
Put it in her floor?
No.
No, we're putting it in
The-
the
in the
safe,
safe
and
at
the opening
the- yeah.
upstairs in
Wait,
the
you
office.
too?
Oh, okay.
Are you as well? Okay.
The platinum value.
Yeah. I'm going to keep what I had, but I'm going to put that chunk that I just got in the
So I broke that down essentially that you guys each got 10 gold from that,
Yeah.
and we'll leave the remainder of that in platinum. So it's so you guys each got 10 gold. So that's another essentially. Wait, are you putting it in there too?
I would like to do something completely different.
What would you like to do?
So, because my experience is, I go into the dressing room.
Mm-hmm.
Dungeon Master.
Yeah.
Would I have a hidey hole in my dressing room?
You tell me.
I would like to.
Okay.
But instead of money, it actually has like trinkets and collecting things that I've been kind of just hoarding.
Yeah, this is like your Little Mermaid grotto.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
See, that's where I would
I
put
watched
it.
Disney.
Yeah,
I did when I was a kid, anyway.
yeah.
Still do.
Yeah. I get it.
So it's like there's a dingle hopper, obviously. So there's
Dingle
like
hopper.
a rug on the ground, and then there's like a vase that probably has some like in the corner, you know, that has my origami ferns or whatever I made to make it look pretty. And then it's like in the bottom of that because it's not real flowers. So it's just like a bunch of stupid treasure, like not actual treasure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Trinkets.
yeah.
Okay. Remind me later, and we'll actually like get the list of trinkets out, and you can roll for trinkets.
Okay, thanks.
That'll be fun.
Your arm glows a lot. So your arm glows a lot.
Just gonna walk away from him. Just like
So you guys put all 30 gold that you had from the three of you into the safe.
I'm keeping
The 2 platinum.
yeah, I'm taking I'm putting I'm putting my share and then I'm taking the 2 platinum remainder in mostly silver and maybe a couple of golds. Or a mixture of monies.
Okay.
But yeah.
Yeah, and on me, I now have 2 golds worth of silver.
So 20 silver.
Because I have 10 gold, right?
Yeah. Are you doing that in like because you had 54 copper?
Yeah, I put all that in my vase
Okay, so you're only taking 2 gold worth of silver.
to this event.
Okay, so you have 20 silver on you,
Yeah.
and you put the 8 gold and 54 copper.
Mm-hmm.
All right. All right.
Get out of here.
As a note, Felix is not sharing the code of the safe with them.
Hmm?
Cool.
All right.
How do we get it out?
You ask for it. I'm not giving you the code for the only safe in this building. There's only a couple of people who know it.
All right. So, what do you do with the remainder of your day? It does not. We don't have to go through the whole thing, but if you want to, anything specific you want to do before you embark on your situations.
I guess I can always melt the safe.
The girls are at my house, right?
Interesting thing that you remembered because I was going to make a thing about it.
I forgot that they're there.
You forgot where you put them?
No, I just forgot that they existed until right now. Yeah.
So
I would
did
get
take them
them
back to the
food.
apartment.
I would have. Yeah.
We'll tack that into what you gave me already.
And
And
I would like to get them things to keep them busy. I'd like to get them a couple little books and some art supplies.
okay, then we will subtract 14 more copper, and you'll be at 8 gold, 40 copper in the hidey hole.
Oh, I have a question.
Shoot.
Is there some sort of reusable item that would be like prestidigitation that I could use?
I'm sure there is. I'll
'Cause I would
find out.
probably want to go buy one if I had free time, but we can do
Would
that
you
later.
really?
Maybe. We could do that later, though. It's
It's
fine.
usually like a closet that you put clothes into, isn't it?
Well, I mean, there's
Could be.
there are like ever sharpening swords or like ever cleaning like swords that have prestidigitation in them so that
Or the
they
scabbard, yeah.
yeah. But I will find out what is appropriate later
I would
during
like
the break. Remind me.
I would like to go pick up my charlatan false identity
Okay.
and don into that persona.
Okay.
Yeah.
How does that differ from the way that you look right now, and do you have that information available for
I
me?
do. The persona is much more of a noble, much higher society degree. A lot of kind of physical acting, of being rather more flamboyant and things like that. Probably involves a degree of facial hair as well.
Like how much you have now versus how much you usually have?
No, I was thinking something along the lines of. I was actually going more towards like a, if it's in fashion, like a noble's pencil.
So
stash.
Errol Flynn.
Huh?
Errol Flynn.
That seems right. I'll go for that. Yeah. Yes.
Calendarian.
Huh?
God.
Yes, exactly. The name of the alias is Jericho Ladane, and
Spell the name.
Ldane. And maybe one of the little swishy things at the end of the E.
Yes, you can have an accent.
Make it
Huh?
Would that make it Ladene?
Whatever.
Sure.
We'll give him umlauts over the E if we want to. Make it Ladini. Okay.
But yeah, so that's the alias that Felix has been trying to kind of foster, and it allows him to move around in high society when he's doing certain marks or attempts in the higher areas, and he feels that this is a little more appropriate for him to attend, and hopefully with the cultivated reputation, he wouldn't be unexpected on the table.
Okay. Roll me a performance check at advantage to see how well you've established this persona.
Okay.
Or let's do this. Take those 2 rolls, make one of them deception and one of them performance, and that will...
Okay, so I get a 17 on performance and an 18 on deception. Yeah.
Okay. You are... We'll say that Jericho is known to be a formidable card player, but not a shark.
No.
Not manipulative in the way that he's trying to hurt people or take their money, but as an actual person who enjoys cards and plays for the sport of the game. Okay.
I'm super comfortable with that.
Rose?
And known to be a spender.
Yes.
Here's a coin.
What's this for?
So you can go into the card game.
This is the other butterfly.
Thank you. Thank you.
One side of that coin has a caterpillar, and the other side has a butterfly in full bloom.
Is it a pewter coin, or what is it made from?
It's like a nickel pewter kind of mix.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
It has a different weight to it, and it's definitely not something that can be spent, but it does denote a certain thing.
I would like to. I want my code name to be Lily.
Didn't we use that one already?
I know, I like it. But nobody asked me, so I'm gonna use it again.
Sure.
I would like, when we get there, to disguise self. I would like to still be an elf, but I would like brown hair, brown eyebrows.
Okay. Sure. Are you going to use your Mask of Many Faces to become Jericho, or is this going to be an actual disguise that you will use with your disguise kit?
I'm going to double layer it and do both.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. I will give you. All right. Just remind me of that if I come to try and discern.
Obviously, Jericho is a little bit vain and makes himself look a little prettier. with
Yeah,
some of the-
exactly. Just like takes a few wrinkles. Like the makeup would involve a few wrinkles, and then the Mask of Many Faces takes those wrinkles away and makes him look younger.
Oh man, you guys are good.
Yeah. On top of that, my disguise self only lasts for an hour. So, when I feel like if we're there for a couple hours, maybe 2 or 3 hours,
You'll probably be there most of the night.
Oh, then I'm gonna just go with it.
Okay, I mean, you do have somebody that has a closet, like an armoire, that you and this gentleman have basically wrecked before.
I have a cosplay closet. Would you like to?
I would like a long, dark brown wig.
Oh, look, he has 3 different shades of dark brown. Which one would you
that's
like?
A little bit red in it.
This one has bangs. This one does not.
I'm
I
gonna
want to go
walk up.
long, no bangs.
No bangs.
Yes.
Walk up behind you, Stu, when they're doing this, and I reach out and I touch Felix and go, guidance.
And sisters, help him with fashion.
I don't need any help.
Denied!
I mean, it's fine. I mean, I appreciate the gesture, but I've never really needed too much help with fashion.
Well, I love these.
Okay, so you
It's
got
like this, but brown.
yeah, you got that, and then just a little bit of brown. You don't need a check for this.
Great.
All right,
Yeah, you
I'm
guys
ready
are
to
set.
go.
All right.
Wonderful.
So, are you making any special preparations, the two of you, before setting out?
So we're just supposed to drop it at a place, correct? Like, I just want to be clear on what we were told to do. Bring it to a spot.
You got to bring it to a spot and leave it.
Okay.
The only special preparations I plan on doing is cast Mage Armor and then take a short rest to recover that spell slot.
Okay, you have time to do that. I will allow that as a. You have plenty of time.
Thing that I would think to do, so probably not.
Do you want to polish Mr.
Sharpen
Pokey?
Mr. Pokey.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'll do that.
One of these days, I'm going to find a broken piece. I'm going to mend that bottle.
You're gonna come back and just
You have to keep smashing it.
It's cool. Bottle out.
All right.
So before we head off to the game, Rose, I'm thinking some of your skills with music and magic might potentially be useful on the table.
This is true.
If I make a certain signal, hand gesture to you, would you mind casually singing a little inspirational song?
I don't mind. However, I probably will just inspire you on the way in.
Sure,
Okay.
that seems fine.
But also, if you need it again, just give me like a
The hand signal?
sing me a song, Lily.
I shall.
Okay. So, I hope you have Andre. If you have the Cocoon Saloon, you can queue up. That'd be great. So as the evening falls and you set about your prospective routes, you watch as the carriage carrying the crates of packages of Dream Lily makes its way down the shoddy cobblestone in the lower Dura. And that distinctive scent from the cogs begins to become a bit more visible through steam and a slight misty drizzle. You watch them head off, and you make your way down towards the water until the Cocoon Saloon rises. As a spire among spires, this one looking very different than a lot of the other ones in the area. And does not look at all trashed like you thought before. As you make your way, you see the familiar large pillow, absent of its usual bird of prey. And a tuxedoed half-orc stands outside. Papers.
We don't. Would I know what they're asking for in regards to?
Yeah, just your identification.
Oh, perfect. I'll provide my my false identity. Is that sufficient?
It's good for you, Mr. Ledane. Dane. I'm not really sure what. Okay, Mr. Ledane, it's a pleasure. Welcome back, sir.
Would I have had him do that on the way in?
No.
Like, I don't have papers.
Darling,
Nobody
did you
ever
forget
asks.
yours?
No, I didn't think they were going to ask me.
Well, how do they make sure that you're the right age?
I'm a very distinguished elf.
That was a compliment.
Oh, thank you.
I can see you're quite the charmer, sir. Unfortunately, her fashion statement didn't really allow for many pockets. Would you consider an exception, perhaps?
I do a little twirl. Like, see, I have no pockets.
Give me persuasion.
Oh boy.
Am I able to assist with that, or?
You can assist,
Okay.
so she can have advantage.
Oh, you want to hear this number? It's a 16 plus. That's a dirty 20.
A dirty 20. Oh. All right. If the lordship here is going to vouch for you, I can. He slides the door open. You can hear the music from the inside starting to kick its way up. You see the familiar floor behind you, the dance floor, the elevating bandstand making its way up, the dance floor around it. You can see how the floor where the previous deconstruction happened looks brand new. Spotless, couldn't even tell the difference if you weren't there.
It's so beautiful.
As he opens the door, have we stepped through yet?
Not yet.
Okay, great. And I'll cover it in a moment then.
Okay. So as he opens the door, you guys can see in. You see off to the left how the bar is there. You see the large snake-like statue with the coin toss, moving the coins further and further inside. You can see what essentially are dragon roulette tables around the lower level, and you can start to smell the food from the second level.
Money smells better.
All right, now you're inside.
Thank you, my good fellow, and I will palm an appropriate amount of coins as a friendly tip. I'll let you decide.
No, I'm gonna let you decide.
With currency, I'm not really sure. Would a couple of copper be insulting? Would I go for maybe 5 copper, or?
Well, yes,
because my character has a little bit of, or my alias has a little bit of a reputation of being a spender. So would I know that 5 is an appropriate amount? Would I throw around a little less, a little more?
It's been so long since you've really had money.
Sure.
Let's say that you palm him a silver,
Okay.
and he's like, okay. Doesn't seem to be put off by it, doesn't seem to be elated. This
Yes.
works for this area of the city.
Great.
Grab you by the arm. All right, let's do this.
Away we go.
You make your way inside. After a little while, you can find your way to one of the, to a familiar looking waitress. Oh, hey, y'all, I remember you. Y'all back? Actually, I don't remember you back. I forgot about the design stuff, so. Well, hey, y'all. What y'all looking to do?
So, do we know what time is it in relation to the game starting that we've been aware of?
So, you weren't given a time frame, you just knew it was at night.
Okay. Have we arrived pretty early in the night, or?
I would say that you guys are probably setting off for all of this around like 9-ish bells.
All
So
right.
it's depending on what you consider to be late evening
Okay.
or early evening, but you've still got time for sure.
All right. I think we are looking for a little bit of refreshment, and then we're here to play in a few more exclusive games this evening.
Oh, well, do you have the currency for the exclusive games?
We do.
May I see it?
Absolutely.
Well, you don't have to be so shy about it. Everybody knows what it is in here. Okay. Well, follow me then. Drinks will be free up there. She leads you up. And then the 3rd floor hookah area that looks like the forest, in one of those, along one of the walls there, you can see there's like this big balcony that overlooks the water and the Dagger River and everything like that. You can see some of the glow of lights and the flickering glow from some of the dock workers who are working overtime. And even a little bit of the gusts from some of the airships that are docked nearby and some of the ships below. As she leads you outside onto the balcony, when you come around, she takes you a little further to the left to a part that looks as though it should be maybe just part of the wall. And she leans back against it, looks around, and then takes her finger and taps the wall, and you see a coin-sized slot.
By all means.
As you do, the door slides open and shimmers away.
Oh, that was nice.
And would you like to walk through?
Yes, I turn to him.
Okay.
Ladies first.
And I do.
And as soon as you walk through, it shimmers and is solid. And in a little bowl on the other side, your coin is sitting in that bowl.
Take it.
And if you repeat the process, or do you have something else you'd like to do first?
I'll take one quick, or one kind of casual kind of turn, look around just to see if there's anyone specifically watching or things like that. More discreetly, like...
She was being discreet when she leaned up, kind of hid the thing, and then tapped in there. The balcony seems to be pretty either empty, or there seem to be people like off to the side who aren't really paying attention. They're kind of either drunk or whatever else.
Also keeping an eye out for anyone that I might potentially recognize.
Okay.
But if I scan the room and I don't see anything, then I'll do the same process with the coin.
Okay.
Yep.
So you let the coin go through, it shimmers away, and as you step through, it becomes solid. And we cut to the two of you making your way through the streets.
Quick question.
Answer.
Do I have to like carry that wheel again?
You,
Still?
you guys went to the.
Oh, that's right. We got it
fixed.
fixed. Okay, done. All right, continue. Sorry.
So as you guys start to make your way through Sharn, the nature of that's not the right one. The directions that you've been given lead you south, past any of the places that you have yet spent time any of the places you've spent time in yet. And as you make your way through the towers, you find yourself in out of the warehouse district and approaching the slums of the Fallen district.
Keep an eye out.
How familiar would either of you be with this area? What reason would you have to be familiar with the slums here?
I don't know. I guess I wouldn't.
Okay.
I can't really think.
So, I will let you make a... Lawson can make an investigation check. I know he's good at those. And you can make a survival check. I know you're good at those. And your combined wit will be able to locate what may be destruction in signs and then follow them. So, Lawson, what'd you get?
24.
Okay, so you were able to figure out the patterns of how the signs are all aligned, but they do seem to have some weird kind of like one-way streets and some roundabouts that don't necessarily make sense and some roadways that are so damaged that if you were to use them, you would maybe injure the cart, etc.
Mm-hmm.
But making your way around that, what did you get?
Make a little map of it.
I mean, as you're going,
Yeah.
Fog of War.
A 6.
A 6. You can have the 4 extra points from Lawson's 24. And that'll get you up to a 10. And we'll say that it only takes you, roll me a d4. Okay, it takes you about 3 hours to find your way to the address in this dingy back alley in the slums here, which appears to be like a Karn takeout place. So there's like bone-in goulash. That's the scent that wafts through the air.
So Charnel House.
And as you...
Carnage.
Yeah.
I hate that smell.
It reminds you of the gruel that they fed you in your camp.
Not really a big fan of them either.
It's true.
So the directions say this way, I think.
And he points into the alley that essentially has that as its back door. You roll your way up, making, kind of like leaving in there, and nobody seems to pay attention to you. There, in fact, doesn't seem to be anybody here. It seems to be dead quiet.
When they said a dead drop, I didn't think that it was literally going to be dead around here.
Yeah, if they really wanted that, I would have gotten one of the corpses from the morgue.
Yeah. Is there supposed to be somebody here?
I think so. But I don't know.
I'm gonna look around.
They have to give us the payment, so someone has to be here.
Give me, what are your passive perceptions? I don't think I have those written down.
Mine's 14.
Where do you
Oh, yeah.
see that at?
You got 14, and Grizz is
11.
11, yeah. Okay. So you can give me perception checks. Bless you.
Thank you.
17.
23.
Okay. So about the same time, you both notice a small crack in the architecture of the stonework. And there's basically what amounts to a little brick missing. And out of that little brick hops the skeletal remains of a crow. And in its mouth is a little sack that seems to jingle just as the bones clatter.
Any chance?
Snatch it from it.
Well, not snatch it, but just gently try to take it from it, see if it resists.
It does for a split second, but when you get it, it just kind of like... turns around, hops, and you can hear just the clattering of the...
Take a quick moment, and I'm going to use Circle of Mortality. Sorry, Eyes of the Grave. Eyes of the Grave lets me know the location of any undead within 60 feet that isn't behind total cover or protected by hidden magic kind of stuff. So to make sure there's not like zombies or something that's gonna ambush us if we get off this thing. Just like...
You see that one.
Okay. Well, I think we can go.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Get off.
So you think it's okay to just leave it here?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Okay, so you guys get up, turn around, and start walking out the alley.
Get in the bag.
Look in the
Oh,
bag.
yeah.
So the 12th bell strikes as you peer into the bag, and you see some gold pieces.
Okay.
We good?
Mm-hmm.
You guys continue to make your way out, and up in the top level of the Cocoon Saloon, you actually see that there are about 5 tables. And then what looks like an ornate mini mansion in the center that when the door opens to it, it looks like it's a massive ballroom inside. And then it closes again.
Like, how big is this?
The door?
Yeah.
So inside this thing basically looks like a little, almost like a dollhouse, but if it was going to be like a huge, like big,
So it's like
extravagant
this big?
dollhouse. It's kind of like almost not quite a gazebo size, but like a few feet shorter, so that it's like basically the door open, it's like your height.
Oh, okay.
But when it opens, like the Sistine Chapel inside.
I don't know what to do.
All of the other tables around the outside of it are playing cards. This appears to be the area, but if you were to look around, you don't see Nathella here.
Walk with confidence. And we walk up to the little building.
Okay, you go right. Okay, all right. So you guys go right up to it. Anything specific you want to do?
Is there an attendant there or anything like that? There is. Start to, as walking up to approach, is he reacting any way or?
You get the invitation.
Which invitation would that be?
The one that gets you from this room into that room.
Oh. No, I don't believe we have. What's going on in there then?
So that's where. So the games out here, they're usually more expensive. For a grand reopening, we're doing a lower buy-in.
Yes.
The real players didn't want to be excluded. So they kept the same rates of the higher level games in here.
I see. Rudy, were we given a letter, or was I given a letter?
Nope, you were given the coin before. The outside here is a silver buy-in. And you know from before that the usual buy-in from up here is a gold piece per game.
Were you interested? Is that the?
That's where I keep my that one
coin?
The butterfly
Yeah.
caterpillar coin.
That got you into this room.
Yeah,
I-
which is
But that's what she does. She goes,
well, if the lady wants, then the lady gets. I'm very interested in us playing in that room.
Sure. You sure you got the funds to play in that room?
Yes.
Let me see if there's a seat available.
Thank you.
1 or 2?
2, please.
Will you take one at a time?
I'll play a little, and then we'll see how you feel. And
okay, that's good. Sometimes I like to watch.
All right. He pokes his head in. As he does, you can see that there is a rather stately looking Aarakocra in a tuxedo, sitting at the table, cards held up in front of his face. You can see that there is a...
he doesn't look like Larry, does he?
He does. There is a somewhat ornery looking, almost like he's got this long coat on that would normally be probably like an oilskin so that it's very weather resistant, only this looks like more, it's in that same style of like a captain's coat, but it's got basically what your dress has on it. So it's his own version of like black tie captain's wear.
Okay. As he's doing that, looking back, I'm pretending to like coo at his ear, and I would like to bardic inspiration him with. You'll be great today. You'll be great in there. You're gonna win. I believe in you. Go get him. It's a bardic inspiration for him.
Sounds good.
But like, I'm just like saying it in your ear, but like, I'm being like kind of sexy, so I'm like tickling your ear with my lips while I do that. That way, it looks like I'm flirting with you.
And as the door finishes sliding the rest of the way open, and you can make out the rest of the gentleman sitting there, who has essentially very similar features to what you've turned into, only a longer, very well manicured beard that has blue and green flecks kind of in it that shimmer as the light goes past. And sitting on his lap, you recognize Nathella.
I'm guessing she's not running around in her usual danger by darkness kind of outfit, is she?
She is not in the...
Tower.
She is dressed in a gown appropriate to the evening, similar to this one. And let's see. Roll me an insight check.
I don't want him.
Okay. So you don't notice it anyway. And as you bardic inspiration him and you go to take a step inside, the last thing that you see as you part is the final player, a somewhat voluptuous woman at the edge of the seat, or at the edge of the table, whose hair is done up in a heart-shaped bun. And the door closes.
It's that team doing that.
Yeah. And you are now in the room out here by yourself. And you are now the fifth seat. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. There's one other person in there, somewhat unremarkable. Also looks like about to be in tears.
Yeah.
And a very small stack of coins in front of him. And as you pull up the seat, you are introduced to Lady Hart.
Would be voluptuous woman.
Mm-hmm. To the Aarakocra in the tuxedo, Cocoon, and Captain Haywood the Cruel Breeze. And this is Nathella on his lap.
So Captain Haywood Cruel Breathes is the fashionable man with the flecks in his beard?
Yep.
What about the person that looked a bit like a sea admiral or a captain? Oh, same person.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So I'm the fifth seat with Corson, Haywood, Lady Hart, and someone who's not doing so well at the game.
Yes, and he looks like he is an out-of-town noble. He is not maintaining his composure very well. And if you... Well, you would probably have a good enough... he appears to be like a half-elf.
Okay.
But one that is probably leaning more on the human side. So as you enter, the dealer introduces you to the people here, and they ask your name.
My name is Sir Ledane.
Sir?
Jericho Ledane.
You a knight?
I am not quite. Sir is more of an honorific with some of the more arcane studies that I've been investigating.
Oh, you'll have to show us some tricks.
Perhaps.
Well, pull up. The buy-in is a gold. I assume that you got the spiel up front.
Yes.
All right.
That is more than fine. I'm gonna eyeball the table. How much do I think each of them kind of have on the table right now?
The captain seems to be doing pretty well.
Yeah.
The gentleman to your left, that stately guy that has been unnamed thus far, who is Marion, he's pretty low, looking like maybe he's got a few gold left. And the last, I guess Cocoon looks like he's doing decently well. He's in the game, but he's not winning like the captain's winning.
Okay.
And Lady Hart is doing about the same as Cocoon, but does not appear to be flustered in any way. Just kind of having a good time. Got her little fan.
How many roughly coins do I feel is kind of on the table or divided? Like, does it look like people sat down with maybe like 5 gold in front of them, 10 gold in front of them?
Oh, they sat down with a lot more.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're coming into this one just a little better off now than the guy who's a little worried about losing the last of his.
Gotcha. Because he's down to like near single digits?
He's down to about maybe a platinum or so.
Okay.
You're about 2. I would say eyeballing the other ones, they're somewhere in the 50, 60 to 100 range.
All right, great. Cool. This will be fun.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do you pull out the 2 platinum pieces to start, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
I will do that.
Set them down, they change them out for you into a variety stack of, no coppers allowed, it's going to mess up the wood. But the silvers, the gold, and you've got a couple of little stacks there in front of you. And you look at the captain, who kind of like looks over at you and gives you like a ballsy. I admire that. All right.
Captain.
And roll me your D12.
Oh, D12. Okay.
2 diamonds.
6 and a 12.
Okay, write down those numbers. You're gonna need them.
Okay.
So as you sit down for the first The buy-in, the ante up, the buy-in, everybody gets everybody's first gold pieces in, and make sure you're tracking your coin, please.
Yes.
This is going to be
Painful.
Start.
is a gold to start.
Okay.
The first we can actually make this a little bit more interesting here. So Lausian, will you roll me a d12 now? And you don't have to tell me, like, for this one, it's cool, but next time, don't tell me the numbers, write them down. Satine will check you. What you got for the first one?
11.
11. So the first card flops over, and it's an 11. You have 2 cards now in your hand. From your extensive knowledge of gambling that Kai does not have, but certainly Jericho and Felix would.
Yeah.
This is essentially what we're calling Baker's Dozen in honor of our friend Keith, and it is essentially Texas Hold'em. It is poker. So you will have basically pairs, threes, 4 of a kind, straights, and like full house, etc. We are only using a D12.
Okay.
So there won't be royal flushes and stuff like that because you're just going like for straights and whatnot.
Okay.
But
Are you doing a 5-card lay or a 7-card lay or
So-
a 3-card lay?
so it will be, yeah, so it'll be 3 cards.
Okay. So you make your best hand out of the 3 that get played. And that's everybody shares the 3, and then with your 2, you've got to figure out who's got the best hand at the table.
And you make the bets each round as each time this goes out.
Okay.
Each time the card flips up.
There's 3 cards on the table,
There's 1 card on the table right now.
but there will be 3 cards.
Yeah.
There will eventually be 3 cards.
And then-
After each card comes out, you have a round of bang.
So right now your hand is a 6, a 12, and an 11. And you don't know what the other people have, but they have an 11.
Okay.
So the first round goes in, and the captain tosses in 2 more gold coins. And then you see Cawson look at his cards, toss in 2 more coins, comes to you and says, "You want to keep playing? It's 2 more coins."
I mean, this is pretty early to tell, so I feel like there's no point in me not. Really.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so you add your 2 coins in. And everybody else follows suit. Grizz, you want to give me a D12?
Yeah, it is.
5.
5. So now an 11 and a 5 are on the table.
We're looking for like pairs and triples and everything like that.
Or a sequence.
Or a
Or
sequence.
sequence. Okay.
In order.
A full sequence of 5, or can there be 2 and 3?
The more that you get, the better.
So if you have a
2 cannot be, but 3 can.
Gotcha.
Everybody seems to just hold. They don't seem to add any more. They just check their bet, and it comes back around to you. Do you want to raise, or do you want to check as well?
So you said there's a 5 and 11 on the table,
Mm-hmm.
and I.
I did not write down what you had.
Great.
I think I remember if I really push myself, but that could even be worse for me if I tried to assume that.
I mean, he had a 24.
I'm pretty sure that this doesn't look like a very good hand set for me so far. So, I feel like folding would probably be a better thing to do.
Okay.
But like I said, I don't know gambling as well.
Sure. So if you fold,
Mm-hmm.
you're just going to lose the 3 gold that you put in so far.
Yeah.
And when you fold, Satine, you want to roll me a d12?
The last card that comes out is?
3. Yeah.
So you hit John.
Yep. Yeah, that was a good call. The captain, the captain just flops over his cards after another round of checks, and he has 2 11s.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he had 3 11s.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah,
he had
no.
11 in his hand.
Yeah, no, he had an 11 in his hand and a
Oh.
9. So the first round comes in, he gets all of it, and we go back to Rose outside, who is walking about. What are you doing?
Excuse me.
Who are you going to?
Whoever is working, like if it's the gentleman by the...
There's dealers at all the tables.
No, not a
There's
dealer.
a woman
Someone's
walking
standing.
with drinks. There's the
Yes.
guy that's in front of the...
Excuse me.
Yeah?
Where's the restroom?
Well, the restroom, you're going to have to go into this little door right here. And she points at a door that also does that little shimmery thing. When you walk through, it actually just looks like a curtain. And people just walk straight through the curtain. It doesn't part, it doesn't move. They just shimmer through it. That's the ladies. We also have one over there for gentlemen and then for quadrupeds.
A what?
It basically anything else that isn't, you know, that's not going to be finicky. That's everybody. You can go in this one with everybody. Or you can go in this one over here. We tend to find that the nobility like to be separated a little more.
Yes, it's respectable. So how long have you been working here?
Me?
Yes.
Oh, a few months.
Do you like it?
Yeah, it's pretty nice up here.
Well, I was just wondering. I like it in here. There's too many riffraff out there. Is there any entertainment up here? You know, while I'm waiting for my gentleman. In
Up
there.
here?
Yes.
Well, the entertainment is playing.
I mean, like, is there some of us just like to hang out and watch.
Oh, that's not really what this room was for. I would have expected you not to get one of the invitations for this room if you weren't of the sort.
There wasn't room for me inside.
Well, that's usually you earn an invitation inside by working it out here.
Oh, what table do you recommend?
Well, any of these will do fine.
All right, I look at the tables. Is there like
Nothing
anything?
stands out to you other than just like
Bored.
when you walk into a casino and you see that sea of people that are in there. This is nicer. This is more like James Bond casino than it would be like.
I'm looking at people. I want to look at the tables and see if there's anyone interesting at any of the tables. I'm looking for something special to play at.
Okay. Nothing really stands out to you as different than any of the other ones. If you're looking for interesting people to talk to, all of them look like there might be somebody that is interesting. They're definitely kind of elbows that you haven't been rubbing in a really long time.
Okay, so who's ordered the most fun drink here?
Oh, well, there's the Cackling Bones. That one's pretty fun. It comes in a bone-looking glass with a little straw. And
Oh, could I get a water in one of those?
you want a water in one of those?
I don't want a drink.
I
I
can
want it to
understand
cloud
that.
my, my game.
Oh, sure, okay. Sure, I'll bring one up. Pick a table and I'll bring it over to you.
I go to number 2.
Okay. As you're walking over there, you hear what sounds like a very distinctive but almost hushed whisper. And as you're about, you're kind of circling the table over to where the chair is on the far side, you hear do you ever think back on what happened then in Undair? Give me a perception check.
Oh. 16.
16. Your head whips around. You think you see a rose-colored, rosé, if you will, because that's kind of more where your hair is, but a rosé-colored mane and a just startlingly beautiful white dress, high cheekbones, wide elven ears, and in a glimpse, as the waitress passes to go get your drink, she's gone.
The heck?
And we go to break.
The heck?
Welcome back to Inkwell Society. I'm going to give a very brief synopsis. We're going to hop right back into it because I feel like we got a lot to cover. And you all have made your way to the dead drop and appear to have made the drop with no drama. For now.
I mug him. Oh wait, he's not carrying the money.
Wallacean casts Leap, and Grizz steps on himself. And then the two of you have made your way to the Cocoon Saloon and up into the top of the Cocoon, where the bigger buy-in tables are. You've started to play the games, the evening has started to go on, and as Rose is waiting for a seat to open up in the interior, she heard the whisper of a voice that sounded like her mother.
I wander around. I'm looking now. I go to sit, but I go.
Okay, so the next thing after you're looking around, you kind of hear like one of those like, I see you. Walking around with those little girls. You think it means something?
What's going on?
Give me a perception check.
No. It's a 10.
A 10. You turn quickly. Nothing over there.
Oh, it's so annoying.
You think you're atoning? That they prove anything? You continue to glance around. The room up here is elite, but still somewhat crowded. As you move back and forth, there's a couple of bars at each end. There's probably 12, 15 tables here.
I'd like to go to a good vantage point.
You start to make your way around, and it always just seems like an itch, right?
Smack it.
Smack your head in the middle of the thing. Are you?
I'm looking around. I'm not gonna stop. This is
Sure.
weird.
So you're carving your way through. You can give me another perception check.
It's a different dice now. 21.
21. You see a blonde. You turn. You follow her. This stately white dress. She looks like she's moving towards the bar.
Grab her.
You grab onto the woman.
Hey.
She spins around and is human.
Oh.
Excuse me?
I thought you were someone else.
Clearly.
I look.
She turns around and walks off.
Damn it.
Oh, you must think I'm a monster still. A liar, a manipulator.
I look up.
Maybe. Depending on your perspective.
I look down.
Were all those insults? Did you just look at your breast? Were all those insults what you whispered to yourself on the long trip down to Sharn?
It's a judgy voice.
As you turn, you see another white dress. Different than the last, but still very similar to your mother's.
I go up and I grab her.
As you make your way, getting close, your hand reaches out and you hear,
I say, hey.
do you ever think all that terrible might have been out of a mother's love?
I look at my shoulders.
Maybe I didn't want the same life for you. You still continue to search around the room
yes, I
trying to
do.
get a hold. I don't think any mother wants the same life for their daughter.
I sit back against the wall and just listen.
From across the room, you see somebody making the exact same postured look in a white dress, pinkish blonde hair, and you can see her lips moving.
I keep her gaze
And
and I just walk right up to her.
so, it's a long way. Even that room is like you have to move through all the tables and stuff like that.
Oh, I'm bumping into people.
Okay, so as you make your way across, you can still hear. Do you know that our life required the type of choices that I had to make to maintain your father's position.
It's so
While
easy
he
for
was
you to
at
talk
war.
from across the room.
She doesn't seem to hear anything that you're saying.
Oh,
It doesn't
good.
appear to be a whisper
Oh,
spell.
I don't need to shoot. I'm whispering to. I'm gonna message her.
Okay. It doesn't connect with anything.
Ah! And it's like all up in my head, and I can't even get away from it. I just keep going towards her.
You continue to walk towards her as you start to make your way across the room. One of the waitresses crosses by and she's gone.
Well, I just sit back and watch. I sit and take it.
As you turn and you look the other way, standing across the other side of the room, leaned across the door, judgy eyes.
I look at each person. I'm looking at everyone in the room now. Like, who would do this? Who is noticing me there? Who knows me there? If there's any recognizable anything. Oh, I look up also. I'm looking for like a scrying device. Like a, you know, a camera or something.
You're still stubborn, huh? Well, when your mind's made, it typically has to see it through. It's what you thought about that human. Or about the life I tried to lead you away from. Did you think you were going to make me proud doing the same things that I had to do while your father was at war? So that you could have a good upbringing? At least your sister was smart enough or dumb enough to overlook the terrible things Mommy had to do. What did you expect me to do when you outed us? And then you just ran.
My eyes are just listening, or I'm listening and my eyes are just looking at, like, it seems like it's an illusion. So I'm waiting to see who would be casting this illusion. Like looking at people's hands, looking at their gestures.
You can give me an Arcana check. Okay. It feels distant. It does definitely feel magical. You're not going insane, at least as much as a 10 would tell you, but definitely paranoid. At least you had a taste of what it takes, what evil can be necessary to elevate one's family, or to find yourself a way out of this poop of place. Ugh. Don't remain down there. Don't remain a disappointment. I had such high hopes. My sweetheart, don't forget that every spell has a cost.
I'm just waiting for it to end. Like, I'm listening, but I know it's exactly what it's going to say. What?
Every spell has a cost. And yours will be to forever cast your lot against those who love you most. Will you at least let me help you?
Do I see anybody?
You don't see anybody.
I don't know what's going on. But it's kind of annoying. I'm trying to use my mother.
Darling, can I help you? Will you accept it now?
Come out of the woodwork, because I have no idea if it's a real or not.
At this point, it's got to be a yes or no.
What's the question?
Will you let me help you?
No.
You hear a whisper disperse across the wind.
Oh, that was annoying. So weird.
And you remain a level 2 bard.
Okay. Can't wait to tell Jericho. I'm just saying this out loud.
Sure.
Can't wait to tell Jericho. That was weird.
Okay, back inside. Jericho, would you do me the favor of rolling me 3d20?
3 of them. Okay. So I get a 4.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was a 4, a 16, and a 19.
Okay. So now I would like you to bet me in order 3 different sums of money.
Okay.
Go ahead and let me know how much you're going to gamble on 3 different hands here.
Okay. Do I know anything coming into this, or?
You have an idea of the 3 rolls that you just made,
Okay.
and I just made 3 rolls.
Okay. Great.
So your first roll was a...
A 4.
And how much would you like to bet on that one? The minimum is a gold.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna play to that one about 3 gold, I think.
Okay. So that was a 4?
Yeah.
All right, so you beat me on the first one. I rolled a 3 on the first one.
Okay.
So you will get... You will bring in 15 gold pieces total from that one. And the gentleman who looks like he was struggling is out.
All right.
And then the next one you rolled a
16.
All right. And how much would you like to bet on the 16?
That's a good question. I think in that situation, I'm gonna go for 8.
8. So you'll lose 8 gold because I rolled a 19.
Sure.
And then your final one was a?
19.
I thought your 19 was the second one. But okay, so you have a
19 was
19 on the
my
last one?
Yeah.
All right. How much would you like to bet on that one? While you're thinking about that, one of our fans sent us Peruvian chocolates. This is just a sample.
A sample?
Pick a color, Grizz.
Green.
Good, Grizz. Lausian, what would you like?
Green.
Green is now off the table because there's only one left, and I'm gonna get.
Hey, wait, there's 2 kinds already.
There's 2 kinds. There's a pink and a
I
red.
want the pink one.
I assume that if they're wrapped
And the
differently.
brown one.
And a brown one.
Yes. Oh, is there one that has a more cacao? Because this one has 38% cacao, and I bet you the dark one.
This one's 38.
Look at the dark one.
That one's 38, 38. There's a 52.
Oh, this one. That's what I want.
You want the dark
I like the dark chocolate.
Do you have a color?
For whatever the milk here is.
I usually go for like 80 plus.
What flavor is the tan?
Oh my god.
And also
guys.
I have a bucket of
Probably
pure
caramel
chocolate.
or coffee.
Yeah, I think it's caramel with milk.
It's like they're in a different language.
Almost like a Latin-based language.
Yeah. I can only
How is
read
this
parts of it, but that's okay. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you guys for all the little gifts you guys send us. We have a good time hanging out and enjoying them and talking about you.
That's really delightful.
Isn't it nice? Thank you so much. All right. And your last betting?
12.
You bet 12. Lady Hart sits across the table from you, looking. She sees your 12. The captain folds his cards. I don't know.
Can I try and do a deception roll to look like I'm a little nervous?
Sure.
So that would be a 19 on the roll.
She pushes the gold into the corner, into the pocket. And I rolled a 16, so you got a 19. You won that one as well.
Cool.
So the total of that is probably going to be somewhere in the neighborhood of 30 gold pieces.
Okay.
The next hand, as they start to push in, she is starting to look like she's a little bit nervous. Not nervous like she's gonna lose the house or anything like that, but she's getting to the end of her evening funds. The captain just seems to be very intent on you. And as you are, as Rose is warding off the thoughts from her mother, you start to see, you see Hooks. He enters from a private entrance and starts to make his way to the room.
Oh, okay. I go to Hooks.
Okay, so he's making his way. You'll make him probably right about the time he's about to hit the door.
Ah, sir. Your name is Hooks, yes?
Hooks.
Ah,
And
yes.
yours?
I am Lily. My gentleman is inside. I was wondering if I could just go and watch, because I'm kind of bored out here, and they said that I had to wait until it was my turn, but I just want to watch.
Ooh. Well, I suppose that could. And the door slams open, and the guy who just lost is like, "Well, I'll be back next week."
Ah, so rude.
He just turns and he goes, struts his way out, and he goes, "Ooh, it appears our table's seat is open.
Oh,
Would you like to accompany me inside?"
oh, thank you very much. You are very much a gentleman.
Ooh. And he ruffles a little bit, and then leads you in, strutting across the way. And
I
then,
grab a feather, like.
yeah, he's got his wing kind of slightly out, cuffed for you to
I look at you and I'm like,
Brings a whole new meaning to the word taking someone under their wing.
ah. Thank you so much.
or on the wings of.
Ah.
And,
That's just opinion.
and as you go to sit down, you hear the, "Are you sure you don't want my help?" And you two gentlemen are now making your way back through the slums. Go ahead and roll me that same investigation and survival check. You get another 5.
I got another 3 again. The same thing I got last time. So it's 6 altogether.
I got a 19 investigation.
Okay. So about halfway through the excursion on the way back, you find yourself surrounded by a number of pedestrian-looking people with clubs. You got an inkling that you'd been followed somewhere about 4 blocks ago. And continuing on, it just seems to be more and more and more wearing. And as you turn around, noticing that you've found yet another dead end, Grizz, that in front of you is roughly a natural 20.
Oh, Jesus.
Commoner-ish, thug-looking individuals who maybe like Rose can smell money.
I'm surprised anyone can smell anything over the smell of Grizz.
The biggest one walks up to you two. He's got the little baton. But "What's up, Fuzz and Four Eyes? I heard the jingle jangle. Did you pay your toll?" "No, you didn't. That's the answer, because I'm the toll man and I haven't seen you two before. Pay your toll."
I just start laughing. Like, could you be any more cliche? Like, we're in a dead-end alley. You got your little twig and your groups. Yeah.
I would call it strategic, but if that's cliche, touche.
So I suppose next you're gonna ask for the money or we're gonna get hurt, right?
We already asked for the money, and if it's cliche, you know that you're gonna get hurt.
Now,
And I
if it's
can't
cliche-
stop eating chocolate.
I don't know if... You obviously don't know how many people I have stabbed in like just the last 2 days. So if it's gonna be cliche, you're the one that's gonna get hurt. I'm trying to be intimidating. But like in a sense where I obviously care so little about this guy's threat that I'm trying to intimidate him that way.
Lawson, what are you doing?
He's crazy.
And that's just me. This one, you gotta watch out for this guy. I've seen the things he can do.
So you'd rather fight me and all of my friends?
I mean, I don't think you want that.
Oh no.
Get up loud, Mr. Pokey.
Ooh! Hey guys, he's got a shank of glass.
Step back.
It's got a name. And I immediately just like go for his eyes.
So he was bringing up the thing. Go ahead and roll me sleight of hand.
Oh my god.
Please, come on. Sleight of hand. That would be an 8.
The shard lurches forward. His baton buoys in the air as it reaches out, and you slam the shard into it. It cracks and starts to break. Little bits of glass hitting the floor, clinking against the cobblestone. He looks at the other end of it, and you can see there's like now these like this little glass shard in the end of it, and he's like, guys, he doesn't even have a shank anymore. About that toll.
You broke Mr. Pokey. Like slowly just. I'm gonna shift. Bristling up.
All right, so then you start to shift, your fangs start to elongate, you grow like another inch, the hair just starts to get a little thicker, your eyes start to get that wild look in them. Lawson, what are you doing?
I just took a step back.
You take a step back, he's like, right, you better buff up and stuff.
At this point, you're either gonna walk around or you're gonna turn around. Or I'm gonna paint the streets with your blood. Because I'm a painter and I'm really good at it.
Funny, you don't really look like a painter.
I do a mage hand and have it draw my sword and float it out and put it in my hand.
Okay.
Oh, he brought his sword out.
Ooh,
Now you-
fancy. Larry! Yeah, there's more than one name Larry. This entire. This is Larry with an I. He gets it all the time, don't worry about it. And you just see like a little firework comes flying at you. And he lunges. So, firebolt. That is going to be a 13 to hit. Not gonna do it. As it blinks off the mage armor. Lawson gives another creepy look and comes down with... I rolled a 14 on the die. I'm pretty sure that's gonna hit before I add anything else to it. So, in your shifted form, you've gained how many temporary hit points?
+3? Or no, that's rage, sorry. Wait, what did it say?
But you don't get temporary hit points for the rage, you get temporary hit points for the
Shift.
shift. So it should be, I believe,
It's not written on
it's 5 plus your, no, it's your level plus your con modifier, I think. You're supposed to know these things.
I know. I don't know.
I have enough to track. I'm pretty sure that it's
Wait,
3.
temp gain for this feature. 2 hit points.
2 temporary hit points.
That was when you were
Oh, that was
0
first,
level.
yeah.
So 1 gets you 1 more, and then so you have 4 total hit points.
Okay.
So you're gonna lose the temps and down 1.
Okay. I'm gonna do my best to like act like I didn't even feel that.
All right, and you just see the whole group start to close in on you. How would you like to proceed?
That first one's for free. So again, you're either turning around or you're gonna be my next masterpiece.
Okay, give me your intimidation check. I will give you advantage because you've shifted and because Lausian is holding his sword with a mage hand.
No, look, I put it in.
I know.
It's the look. That's
Wait.
how I get the advantage.
Okay, so intimidation. Yeah, so that's 13.
Okay. He goes, well, I like free, but this isn't a walk in the park. And he turns around and starts to walk off, but the others continue to close in. What I would like,
How many are there?
a natural 20.
So there's 20 of them?
Oh, okay.
So here's what we're gonna do. You are each going to roll a d20 10 times and record your results.
Okay.
Yeah, just go ahead and flip the thing over, record your results, and we'll come back to you, okay?
Okay. Okay.
What
In the room, we have. Are you sitting down to play now?
Yes.
Okay. So over about the next 20 to 25 minutes, you guys continue to see the money fluctuate in the room. The captain is now in a very comfortable position. Coulson has been folding most of these hands. He seems to be very intent on just watching. And Nalthella has been kind of like giving you a nervous kind of look the whole time. Like she can't quite place you. And she's been asking you some questions to kind of discern who you are, as she doesn't know your alias.
What kind of question? Is there the opportunity for me to drop a subtle hint, perhaps?
Would you like to?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I just made an insight check
Okay.
on her behalf, and she rolled a natural 20. So whatever little cue, how slight and subtle it is, we'll assume that with a deception check, everybody else at the table will miss it. You can use that bardic inspiration for this one.
Okay. I'm wondering how I might drop that subtle.
Well, deception. So you're just trying to make it to where you're gonna get a lot of
It's like
benefit
a
here.
19.
A 19? Yeah. So you drop a very subtle hint. Doesn't even appear that that Coulson picked up on it. Captain certainly was not. Maybe it was like in the middle of a hand, and you said something offhanded that clued her in to who you are. And then she starts to have, little bits of conversation around the area. Do you give up who you are?
No, I don't like her. But when their conversations are happening, I want to, the woman with the hair, I would like to compliment her hair.
Lady Heart.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I just didn't want to, I wasn't sure if I was introduced, but,
Yeah.
okay. Lady Hart, your hair is fabulous.
Oh, thank you.
How did you get it like that?
Oh, I didn't. I have people
Oh,
who have magic.
what do you do?
Tell the people with magic to make my hair.
No, I mean for a living that you have people.
Oh, I'm a lady.
With Lady Hart, I get it, yes.
I even do quite a bit of philanthropy as my
Oh,
day to day.
what's your specialty?
I try to take care of all the orphans in the city.
Oh, that is so kind of you.
Oh, it's not why I do it, but it's a perk.
That's a lot of responsibility.
Well, not really. They're not my orphanages. I just endow them.
Oh, that is very good.
And I help them to get some better medical attention. I make sure that all of the little ones have proper evaluations so that we can assess their state of consciousness, see if any of might be the sort that Sean would benefit from having as magical types.
Oh,
I've been very interested in philanthropy, and I was wondering, well, since you brought it up, would it be okay if I came by and got a tour or something?
Oh! Of one of the orphanages.
Oh, your favorite one, but yeah.
Oh! I suppose that could be arranged. I can try and check my schedule to see if there's a time when I'm going to be there next.
Oh, that'd be wonderful. I don't want to impose.
Well, we'll have my people get in touch with your people.
Oh, fantastic.
Oh, you do have people, yes?
I could have a people.
Okay. Then we'll get them to exchange the addresses and... Yeah.
And then we could have tea.
Oh! You start to get the feeling that she's brushing you off.
Yeah.
And back in the game, how much do you want to bet on this? The night is getting much, much later. The opening bet, now the captain seems to be getting a little haughty. What are you up to?
What am I up to? I am at 56 gold right now.
Okay. So he's been watching you.
Yeah.
He's been watching Cocoon, who is probably in the same, getting close to the same space that you are.
Numbers. Gotcha.
You have 20 gold pieces worth available, and since you came and sat down, you would have been starting to gamble as well. Are you attempting to win at hands, or are you basically buying in and folding?
Not trying,
Okay.
but I'm not very good.
Well, that's okay. That could, move to your benefit. So then as it moves around, the captain goes, so... like to see what you're made of.
Really?
And he pushes 30 gold pieces in.
Oh,
Don't worry, I know you can sit this one out.
okay.
Birdie? You can see Cocoon bristle a little, and he's like, well, I say I will. And he shoves in 30 pieces, which actually now seems to leave him with even less.
Yeah.
And you can see Hooks is like paying attention before he was just kind of moving about the room looking at the cityscape, which is reflected in the interior of this room. He can go and adjust it. They're all illusions for the most part. So he's like just kind of adjusting it as he's going, and also using it as a scrying device to be able to watch the lower levels. So every now and then you'll get like a little glimpse of him, watching some of the tables below, checking the dining area. And as this happens, you just, you can see from your vantage point, the two of you being the closest to the door, and he's on the opposite side, that he kind of like ruffles a little bit, and his head just pulls a full 180. And he's kind of watching. And then, without looking, the captain goes, what's the matter, too rich for your blood? And he's talking to Hooks, and he goes, the way that he spilled coins on the table seems to be like other people might be trying to spill yours. And Hooks just kind of like, ooh, 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 ooh. And he just goes back, almost pretending like he didn't hear it.
So the captain is kind of, the captain is kind of like making a jab at Hooks there a bit.
But he's got his eyes on you the entire time.
How am I doing this round? How does it look for me?
That would be about, well, if you're at 54, 30 is...
I was meaning more my cards.
You don't have them yet.
Oh, not at all?
This was blind.
Oh.
He wants to see the cut of your jib.
I think I will.
All right, so you slide in your 30?
Yeah. Is it okay for me to put some misdirection in?
What are you misdirecting?
I don't know. Am I getting a bit of a read of this guy? What do I think would impress him? Do I feel like I would more want to make him feel like I'm squirming, or would it be more prudent for me to actually put on a bold face?
Give me an insight check.
Okay. Not my best, but
It's the part
how
of
it
you that
goes.
makes you a bad gambler.
14.
14.
Yeah.
He's been the hardest one for you to read at the table. It does seem like everybody here is actually very focused on him.
Yeah.
And Lady Hart, maybe not so much, but they do seem to have a familiarity. And their familiarity seems to be different than that of Cocoon. And even Nathella, who's sitting on his lap and who's gotten up, made drinks, come back, and whatever from the private bar and all the other scenarios that have kind of been going around as she's been walking about. You even get the idea that they don't really know each other very well. And she's kind of puffing him up a bit. And you feel like you have a pretty good read on the fact that he's essentially trying to measure you, and you're not sure exactly which direction that's going to take him yet. So by stepping up to the plate, at least you've kept your head in the game.
Okay, yeah, then I'll try to put cold confidence. Maybe a sly smile of like, this is where it gets interesting. Then.
Great. Okay. He appears interested, amused. Go ahead and, Rose, would you mind rolling me 2d12? Don't tell me what they are, but write them down. And share those with Felix, because those are his cards. And you're sitting this one out, I'm assuming, because you don't even have enough for the buy-in. Lady Hart appears to also do it, and in a ladylike way, she'll be like, "Oh dear, we're good. Let's just watch the boys play. Ooh, this will be fun." And she does seem to kind of like shimmy her chair a little closer to you, and a little bit like she does it. Some amount of bonding here over watching boys be boys for a minute and strut about.
Insert random comments type
Yes.
of thing, yeah.
Lossian.
Sweet.
As the, not quite, as the, well, if that's going to be a thing that you cast, go ahead and roll me those d8s,
Okay.
and we'll go to Sig here. So Sig, for the river, because now we are moving to a 5-card hand with the ones that you have, the ones I got, and your first 3 rolls there. Go ahead and tell me what they are.
Oh, when I rolled the d20?
No,
No.
for the d12s.
Oh, roll 3 d12? Is that
Yep.
Okay. Tell you said?
Yep.
So that would be 4,
Mm-hmm.
11,
Mm-hmm.
and then one more.
One more.
8.
Cocoon, the little feathers right over his beak seem to like fluff a little bit. And the captain still has not taken his eyes off you. He measures up some coins, glances down at them real fast, puts in another platinum. Cocoon eagerly drops another platinum.
Same.
All right. So we are up to quite a bit. Let's see, there's 30, 40 on each side. All right. Sig, would you give me one more D12 for the fun?
5.
For the turn.
Oh, yes. Yeah, the turn. Sorry. So we've got the turn, and they're... At this point, the captain is
Looking smug.
looking pretty smug, and Cocoon is... His eyes are kind of like from the captain to Nathella, to you, to Nathella, the captain.
Is Nathella doing anything?
She's watching intently. He's got the cards flat down on the table. He's been hiding them from her view.
Oh, he's not even looking at them, is he? Or
No.
has he even peeked?
Yeah, he did peek.
Okay, he didn't peek. Oh, he did.
He did peek.
Okay, he's not playing complete crazy man style.
No, not entirely. He puts in 2 more platinum. Coulson calls with another 2 platinum.
Has any other cards been put down? Like, so we've got 2 down right now. Has the 3rd been revealed?
Not yet.
River?
Yeah, the river's the last one.
So this is when I'm, this is where I only have 6, well, actually, no, how much do I have additional on me? Oh, yeah, okay. I will follow up with, we're pushing on 20 more, you said?
Yeah.
I have just that much. So,
All right, so you're gonna call.
yeah.
Grizz, may I have the last D12?
Roll the river.
Just one, yeah. 8. An 8. So on the river, or on the table right now, you have a 4, an 11, an 8, a 5, and an 8.
And he's been called?
So now is the final round of betting.
Okay.
Coulson seems to be bobbing his head up and down, looking into the pot, looking across the way. The captain checks his cards one more time and stares directly into you. Looks at the flat in front of you as all your coins have now been pushed in. If I were to bet more, what would your collateral be?
Depends on how much you're betting, so.
He pulls out a key ring. And drops it on the table. The bar across the key ring says the Ice Singer. I have a nice little airship. How lucky do you feel?
I'm enjoying this game.
Hmm.
Do I have a drink nearby?
Sure.
Kind of take a moment, like stir it around slightly, take a sip, and then I will remove the Old Dominion key from my pocket.
I like where this is going. Coulson, you got anything? And Coulson looks up at Nathella. Gosh, you kill me. Nathella? Oh, man.
Never gonna let that down.
And he goes, he reaches in, pulls out a key, and he goes, this is my villa in the South Bondaire. Drops it. It's sufficient for an airship of the size and renown of the Ice Singer. And you pull out the key that says the Old Dominion.
Yes.
Seems equitable. What's it gonna be, Jericho? The wall's coming down.
I think it's about time for us to reveal.
Did you drop the key in?
Yes.
All right. So on the table is a 4, an 11, a pair of 8s, and a 5. Cocoon eagerly drops his hand. What does Cocoon have?
Where is it? Which one?
Next to my thumb.
Oh,
The ones on top of that are
5
the
and a
ones.
6.
5 and a 6. So Cocoon has has 2 pair, 8s and 5s, 6 high. Well, I guess 11 high is the deal here, but his kicker is
How many suits are there in this game?
just the one.
On numbers.
It's all numbers. This is super simplified.
Okay, sure.
They look over at you.
What was the other hand asking?
Okay. He looks at you and he goes, I'm willing to go a step at a time with you. You flip one, I'll flip one.
Sure. I'm going to flip an 11.
What's that one?
Oh no, wait. We've got 2 right now, don't
You
we?
should have 2.
Okay. I'm gonna
Satine, you know what they both are, yeah?
I'm gonna flip an 8. Sorry, I was misunderstanding. But I will flip an 8 first.
Okay, you flip an 8.
He flips it.
Okay. Cocoon flips a 6. Or sorry, the captain flips a 6.
Was that 6?
Yeah, it's alright.
A 6?
Hmm?
So I can do one of 2 things right now. I can cheat, or I can go with what I have. How does he react when he sees me flipping an 8 and there are I've got like a 3 in a row?
So here's how you're going to discern this information.
Sure.
Give me an insight check, and then also give me a deception check or performance. I'll let you pick whichever one.
Okay. So insight is only an 8, I'm afraid.
Okay.
And what is my deception for?
How much he's gonna glean off of you? Because I'll have Satine tell me what the other number is.
Okay. My deception is 8.
Okay. So, you know what? I'm not even gonna take it. I got a 16 on the roll for it, but that's okay. We'll wait.
Okay.
What this is your last chance to back out if you want, or we can make it even more interesting.
Does that seem different from the rules there?
Oh
Or-
yeah.
All right.
This is like the side gentleman's bet. Rare as a room of whales. If you're interested. But I think Cocoon here knows he's beat.
My eyes are gonna kind of slowly drift to Cocoon and see what he does when you say that.
Cocoon's already like,
Yeah. Yeah.
Drinking? Very good.
What are you proposing?
a side bet.
Hence why I was asking, what are you proposing on this side bet? See if I can potentially match what you're suggesting.
He leans in and he goes, "You're gonna need someone with a mark of storms to fly the thing.
True.
I happen to have one that no one knows about. I could throw him in.
I'm not sure I have too many dragon marked under my employ.
Oh yeah, and he's not the kind you pay, if you get my drift.
Sure.
You got anything to sweeten the pot?
Am I thinking of anything? Because I mean, from like I got nothing.
Okay.
Felix is basically like tapped up.
Yeah.
I mean, we have a very, dirty, gruff shifter. Does that count? Prize fighter?
You didn't say that.
A prize fighter, you say?
Depends how you feel on that.
I have no qualms about adding another animal to the fray. Is this something you're interested in?
Sure.
Ha! I like it. I like where you're at here. All right.
Why did you make us have flaws?
Oh yeah, 'cause yeah.
I'm like,
You're playing the flaw, and I completely forgot about it
Totally
too.
in character with him. Totally.
this is Felix.
Shall we have a drink before we flip?
Wait, see how this plays.
He pulls out, uncorks a special flask from inside his jacket, grabs a shot glass, pours one out, hands it to you. All right. Flip.
So I haven't really gleaned anything from him in the.
No, you did not roll very well on either of those. He's got his poised, ready to flip it over.
Can I try and switch my card?
With what set of cards?
I don't know. I'm asking if I can cheat. If I
These
can't
are
cheat, then
marked.
that's fine.
I think it's going to be rough for you to cheat here.
Okay. Fair enough. You know what card it is?
It's a 10.
It's a 10. So you have 3 8s. He leans back, has Nathella flip the card. And it's another 6.
So he's got 2 pair.
He's got 2 pair.
Which one of these what?
3 of a kind beats 2 pair.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we win?
Yeah. I thought you had an 11.
No, I said 11 and I
Cheater.
misspoke and then corrected myself.
You won.
You won.
Yes,
You
I know.
won.
Yeah. So, as you collect your winnings, he's just sitting there like, all right.
I start crying.
Are you
Don't
okay?
look at me right now.
She gets excited.
Well played, Jericho.
That was easily one of the greatest games I have ever played. Shake his hand.
Shakes your hand. Enjoy.
Thank you.
If you'll excuse me, I'm gonna go buy Cawson here a drink. Gets up, turns around, leaves Cawson at the table.
Is Cawson the one with the store mark?
No, Cawson's
amazing.
wouldn't it? Cawson's just like, well,
He was playing for his freedom and ended up.
I go up. I'm like,
Lady Hart goes, that was impressive.
After standing up to shake his hand, I think that's about.
Give me a
the time-
constitution check.
Yeah. I'm gonna use my
Inspiration.
Yeah.
How strong was that drink?
oh, good.
9.
You shake his hand, and by the time he gets up and like leaves the room, and everybody else kind of starts to shuffle out, including Nithella and Clausen. They who both give you kind of like a little bit of a side eye as they walk out, like not in a bad way, not shade, but they just kind of like clock you on the way out so that you guys make eye contact. As they make their way out, and they're making small talk with Lady Hart, like, oh, it's got it, like, wow, what a wonderful game to watch, and so good, you know, all that stuff. And as it's just the two of you and Hooks in the room, who has basically ignored the entire part of that game, is like, turns as soon as they walk out, you turn, drop down into the chair,
Just
and cough up that shot into your mouth, feeling the burn, swallowing it again very quickly, and then you feel that burn go all the way back down. And how did you guys roll?
10 times.
Okay.
Rudy,
Yeah.
if it coughs into my mouth, can I think I might try and like second guess that with a napkin or something, like a handkerchief.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Just in case you're poisoned.
Yeah.
Flossium, is this poison?
Too late.
Well, yeah, you've already made your con check, so one way or the other.
Yeah, fine.
Yeah, it's alcohol. It's poison.
Do you want the separate rolls, or do you? Like,
Yes, give me your rolls.
All right, so I had a 2,
Okay.
a 2,
Okay.
a 20,
Uh-huh.
a 14,
Uh-huh.
a 14,
Uh-huh.
a 12,
Uh-huh.
a 1,
Okay.
a 19,
Uh-huh.
a 14, and an 8.
Okay.
Did you want the sleep total first or the number total first?
If you're gonna do a sleep,
Yeah.
go ahead and give me the sleep total first.
30 hit points.
All right, and then you only get to use half of those, half of the d20 rolls. You can use the first half.
Okay. 12, 11, 14, 13, and 6.
Okay. So between you, you sleep the first 9.
Okay.
The first wave just clumps over. Some of them get knocked over, like rough housed by the people that are like stepping over them or something, and some of them get woken back up. However, between the two of you, you take out 18 of them and are standing there now with just the guy with his club and the caster that has been throwing bolts at you. And the two of you will have sustained. First off, Grizz, are you raging?
Well, I would assume that, yeah, if we were to
Okay.
fight 20 people. Yeah.
All right, so there is 30 hit points total for you to divide amongst yourselves damage-wise.
You take half damage?
Yes.
And he's going to be taking half damage.
So if I took it all, I could just take 15.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Then should I?
Considering I only have 11 hit points?
Yes, I will do that. I'll take it all.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the scene in the alley is carnage. There is literally painting the walls red. The new floor is red. There's spritz and spray everywhere. And these two guys are there at the end, and they're like, all of their gang has been destroyed.
Am I
And
out
they,
of spells?
huh?
Am I out of spells or just that one?
Do you want to cast enough? Because you just have that one. You've got one more slot left, or two?
2 more slots.
2 more slots. Oh, yeah. You can still have 2 more. But you see this thing, and they look at each other, and they're like, "Well." And
Are they hurt at all?
they haven't engaged you
Okay.
besides slapping him. They like lob spells, and that's some of the damage. They just kind of look at each other, and they're like,
So I looked down and I was like, I
What
looked
was your
back.
toll?
"Hmm."
What was your toll? How much?
Oh, and
I
then
think that's fair to walk away.
It was 2 silver.
I look down. I look around and I look at him and I was like,
2 silver apiece for you two to leave sounds good.
You're gonna give us 4 silver?
No, you give us 4 silver.
We don't.
so and I look,
If we had it, we wouldn't be hitting. No! I'm not gonna pay you!
I gesture to the alley and I say, and they didn't even break Mr. Pokey.
You see them look at each other, grab each other's hands, and then you see from their shoulders, down, running along, large scars that begin to glow and pulse. And as soon as they start to make this large red, kind of like the glow that's on your face right now, they hold their palm together, the other 2 palms together, and fling. And you hear and you can both make me a dex save.
Oh, and I got advantage on that for my danger sense.
You
Look, I
do.
know things. I know things now. Yeah.
It's like you're used to bombs falling on your head or something.
So add dexterity to that.
Your dex save.
All right.
So whatever your...
Yeah. So that plus that. Yeah. I got a dirty 20.
I got a natural 20.
Oh wow.
You're sufficiently lovely.
So,
These guys it's just have the worst day.
Sassy Losian just like.
See how much damage it does. It may take us out anyway.
So you said I took 5 from that, like just taking that first hit, right?
The
Before all
4
of the
temporaries and 1.
Yeah, so, okay, so 22, 22 minus 15. I never know what that look means. I don't know if it's good or bad.
Don't know.
Because he uses it in both scenarios.
does anybody know how many d6s a fireball takes?
8.
Oh, crap.
Balls. Goodness gracious, great balls of fire.
Well, you take half, but then half.
No. He's a
He-
standard.
Yeah.
So he doesn't
resistance
get the
against-
bear totem resistance.
Yeah.
He doesn't have magical resistance.
He gets the half damage for saves.
He'll take. So the total damage is 26. So when you save, it'll be half that.
Okay.
So 13 points of damage.
Okay. Even with the dirty 20 save?
Yeah, man.
Oh,
Yeah, it's just a
fine.
save.
Just trying to figure out
Yeah.
how it works. Okay, I got you.
0 hit points.
So you're at 0.
Me too.
You're at 0.
I was
Well,
feeling so
you're 13.
cool,
I
too.
thought you said you had 15. Oh, because of the other one? I thought
Yeah,
you'd
took
be a
all that
1.
15.
Okay, so at the start of your turn here,
Yep.
and they look pretty gassed.
Are they like injured? Injured?
They're not injured.
Okay.
They look pretty gassed, and they're still holding each other's hands as the fire and flame kind of like. So essentially, the ball lands. The fact that you two are still standing makes them go like,
So they weren't in the area of effect.
no. And just like, and you can see them trying to like kickstart again. Make me your injury saves, your con saves for the beginning of this. D20. This is a Constitution saving throw, just the same as a death save. Or actually, it's a
Just a
death
death
save,
save.
so just a death save.
13.
7.
7. Okay, 13.
Yep.
You made yours.
He's just injured.
Yeah, he's just injured.
My turn.
And it is Lossian's turn.
I'm going to spare the dying.
Mm-hmm. On you.
Yeah, stabilize.
Mm-hmm.
And then, how far away are they?
They are about 40 feet.
Okay. So,
What did you say you got in your roll?
I got a 7.
Okay.
I will. Where's my spells? I need to cast something, but I can. Oh, it's only they're 40 feet away, so I can't reach them by hand. So I guess I'm going to have to toll the dead on the guy with the club.
Okay. He fails. No, wait. Sorry. That's a 16 on the die. I thought it was a 9. Okay. So he doesn't. So nothing happens with him. Your roll was a 7. You cough up some blood. You're gonna have to make me a Constitution saving throw before you take. Whenever you attempt an action.
Oh, okay.
And then on a failed save, you lose your action, and you can't use reactions until the start of your next turn.
Okay. Is it my turn?
It is your turn.
And how far did you say they were away?
40 feet.
They're 40 feet away, and your rage is no longer in effect.
Okay.
Your adrenaline is out.
Oh.
I'm gonna start walking towards them in a very intimidating manner, and I'll be like, "You're ruining my painting."
Okay, you can give me the intimidation check you're looking for at disadvantage as you cough up blood.
I was trying to make that look cool. Disadvantage.
Mm-hmm.
So intimidation. That would be a 12.
Okay, so the frail magic caster looks at his friend, throws his hand, and turns and hauls.
Oh,
But-
I was going to move a little closer to the guy too, but
Okay, 30 feet.
10, 15.
Oh, okay, halfway.
Yeah.
Okay, and then the guy with the club goes, "Fine," and he steps up. Anything else you'd like to do?
Just closing the distance. So that's all. That's all I can do, right? Yeah. I guess.
No, you can still do an action. You can still attack.
Oh, I still have an action. Okay. Oh, I got that axe. You know what? I'm gonna throw an axe at him.
Okay, so now you're gonna make me that con save.
Yep.
It is a DC 15.
So, I got a 15.
Okay, so you're gonna pass it. So you can lob that axe.
Okay. What do I add to it?
It's an attack roll, strength, because it's an axe.
So add my strength to it.
Yeah.
So that would be a 9.
A 9.
Yeah.
Okay, you cough a little as you throw the axe, and it goes woof, 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 woof. Spits some blood out, and he just kind of ducks out of the way, and he's like, "Yeah, all right." Pops the thing again. Reaches back, slugs you. You don't get to make the save on this one because he just hit you.
Mm-hmm.
So that's going to be, this will be your second injury. Go ahead and roll me a d20.
That's a natural 20 right there.
So the benefit here is that this isn't going to be an injury that debilitates you in any way, but you now have a kind of nasty scar.
All right, I'll take it. It's one of many.
Yeah. But actually, as a natural 20, you pop back up to 1, so you won't be taking any more injuries until you drop back below 1.
Okay.
So, after he smacks you,
Can I say something after I get hit?
I mean, I feel like I can't stop you
I'll
from
just
saying
wait.
things.
That's fine.
I'm gonna walk up, move up to him, and I'll say, "By the undying cord, you pay this price and inflict wounds."
Ooh. You,
A -1 because it's a strength check. Sorry, it's a strength attack, right? Or is it
I would
dex?
assume it's your magic, but I will double check the.
It's a touch attack.
Right, it's touch, but I would assume that it would use your spellcasting modifier, but I haven't
Okay.
I haven't messed with it in a while.
Let me take a quick look. I got it right here. It says melee spell attack. So yeah.
Yeah, no, so your spellcasting modifier, I think. No, wait, no, you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
It is strength.
Melee spell. So it's strength plus the. What is it? No, it's spell. So it's intelligence, right? Or
So,
no, sorry, wisdom. 'cause it's a
oh,
wisdom.
it says melee spell
spell
attack. So yes, it is your intelligence modifier, not your
Wisdom
not a
in this
physical
case,
one.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think about. I haven't looked at
Yeah.
green flame in a while.
But it's 18 points of damage. 'cause
Okay.
I got a 16 to hit.
Okay, 16 to hit. It's gonna hit. 18 points of damage.
Yeah.
You can see his rib cage start to catch in on itself. The blood starts to kick up. He takes his hand and he grabs himself in the chest. You see this start to light up again as he starts to spend a turn. He starts to regenerate.
It takes its action.
It takes his action. And he doesn't heal for much. His ribs are still visible. And then, Grizz, what would you like to do?
Just gonna attack.
How are you going to attack?
Well, I guess I have to do it. I'm still shifted.
You are
Or-
still shifted.
Yes. So then, I guess I don't have. Oh, I have it. You know what? I got a dagger.
You do have a dagger.
Yep.
So you pull out the real dagger.
Yes, absolutely. Does that use the same as the shank?
Yes, it would.
Okay. So that is a 14
A 14 is enough to hit.
for 2 plus 3. So that's 5.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm gonna do the teeth attack.
Okay.
Teeth would be a 13.
Is that it? You sure?
For the teeth? Do I add anything to it? This is plus 5.
What did you roll?
I rolled an 8.
An 8? So you get your 5?
13.
So 13?
Is it hit or no? It's his call.
Wait, what? Who's
I
calling?
don't know.
Yeah, that's what I was like. What's happening
It's
now?
not enough to hit.
Okay.
Lossian, it's your turn.
I got another inflict wounds here.
Up. Roll the attack.
Yeah.
4 plus. No. It's going to be a total of. Where's my attack bonus again? Fine, I'll add it up the hard way. 2, 6, 4, 14.
That is just enough to hit.
Oh my goodness. 16 points more damage.
Kill it.
So, as he's standing there trying to heal, I just reach up and grab him in the chest and send the necrotic energy through him, collapsing his rib cage, and put my hand directly through back to his spine and pull it out.
He staggers for a second and then just collapses down onto his knees and then falls down on top of the spine that you've just pulled out and left at his feet.
Ow.
That was one of the coolest things I've ever seen.
Oh, he made me mad.
And I slumped down like on the ground, like, oh, I'm getting too old for this.
I'm kind of hurt.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, there was like 20 guys.
How are you doing?
Not that great. I didn't want to tell him that, though.
Oh, can you walk?
Maybe.
Okay. I think we should leave.
Yeah, I think that's a good one, considering we just committed mass murder
No,
on a large
self-protection.
scale. Yeah.
Self-defense. They attacked us 20-2.
You guys continue, make your way,
Walking down.
start to
Come
make
on.
your way out.
I'll
The
make-
painter is covered in paint.
I'll mage hand him to kind of keep him up.
And then about like 20 steps down the way, you see a Sharn watch kind of like stepping, like walking in the direction like it's a standard patrol, and you it's dark out. You're in the slums, there's not like a whole lot of lighting. The ever burning lanterns are like very far between. And he nods to you in the darkness, continues walking, gets to the next alley. What in the... Hey guys! And you guys just continue to hobble on, making your way out of the slums. And
Can I say one? I look at him.
Man, I think I am like a blood magnet.
That's how it is. We walk.
and we move back to you two.
Well, we should go. We should go. We should go put these in a safe or something. Also, we should probably be very careful leaving here.
Yep. I'm pretty drunk right now, aren't I? Yeah.
Oh, come on.
We're gonna.
It's one foot in front of the other. I'll take it back to the Old Dominion.
We
Keep
should.
it on stage.
We should get a carriage. It
We'll
should
get
be
a carriage.
a good one.
Oh, we'll get a very nice one. And I take one of his coins out. I'm gonna pay with it with your money.
That's fine.
Okay.
So, as you guys get up and start to move to the door, Hooks puts his wing up in front of the door and he goes, "Ooh, smell familiar. Who are you? Who?"
We're just two very nice people with the money.
I'm just gonna start giggling. Because drunk.
We will be back. It's a very nice place.
Smell more like a rose.
Oh, that's very flattering. Thank you.
Drunk flower.
I wink at it. We'll be back.
And you like a cat.
Meow.
Yeah. Well, it's not a good time. But we will be back. Maybe we could talk when we get back.
You look so much better now you're not falling over.
We gotta go now.
You can't find the door now.
Oh. Hooks.
Please,
Oh, come on. Hooks.
listen.
Yes.
You were here, weren't you?
Yes, we were here.
Ooh.
Rose, you were.
Oh.
But I don't want anyone to know.
Safe. I need, and he takes one of the wings and he just kind of buffs it up. I need safe.
Oh, well,
You two,
yes.
your friends, smuggle me. The captain wants to, and he rotates his head all the way around and then flips it back real fast. I need safe passage.
But you're very hard to disguise.
We've got the shippy thing now.
He's very smart, but not right now.
No.
When do you need to go? Today? Can you wait a couple hours? He's not good.
He walks over
He's the brains of the operation.
to the bar, pulls out between the feathers, hops over, bops him on the head, and you have been unpoisoned.
Oh, good. Welcome back.
You now are 100% back to your. He takes it.
Did it hurt?
It will in the morning.
I was meaning getting hit.
I
in the head
know.
with,
Ooh, your friends. Take me.
Where do you need to go?
When?
Away. You have villa.
Wouldn't that be a little obvious?
Not really. Honestly. I mean,
They don't know.
who would know that would...
Lily. Jericho.
You obviously have an idea. So, why don't you explain how to get you out?
Fly.
You're going to fly us out of here?
You're going to fly me.
Where?
I have a ship.
Oh,
Well, rent ship.
how soon do you need to go?
Tomorrow.
I mean, what else do we have to do? We get to go somewhere. I kind of want to get the heck out of here.
I mean, I was planning on going for a cruise, but not exactly that way.
You were here for orphans, yes?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Get me to safety and I'll tell you about the Amanti Syndicate.
They're so
The answer is yes.
they dealt with our friend Latch. They were trying to do the same thing to you, weren't they?
Ooh. And Capitan is affiliated.
Clearly.
What about the heart?
Who?
Lady Heart.
Oh.
Really?
I tell you, when safe.
Okay.
Right?
Do you accept?
Yes.
I'll meet you here tomorrow. Early afternoon.
Are there any things we should look out for? Like
Yes.
people, like specific looks or icons on their
Bad.
Well, obviously, but
Obviously.
like, dressed
Ooh.
like something.
Ooh.
Did we just make a very big enemy by beating the captain?
Oh, I wouldn't think so. He's a little focused right now.
Fair enough. All right.
Okay, we'll meet you here, and then you know how to get you out of here. Okay.
Oh.
We gotta go back and let our friends know that we just took a job for free. Well, not really. I mean, he did let this whole key thing happen.
Sure.
And information's worth a lot of money.
Yes. Sorry, it's a little hard to. I have to remember that we have to stay focused on trying to solve Latch's murder.
I feel like he has all the information.
I feel like you're right. My priorities are just shifting a little.
Everything
Yes,
is
we will help you.
happening.
Ooh.
Okay, are you safe tonight?
I'm not going anywhere.
Okay. Yeah, you probably want to shut down. Especially if he's wandering around out there, and I look out the window to see if
There's no window.
Oh,
You're in.
a safe place. Yeah. Okay, well, you stay here. We'll be
He
back.
ruffles back a step. Ready? And he opens the door. Go quick! Slams the door behind you and it disappears.
Oh, so that was his safe room.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense.
That's where the big money's in there.
Yeah.
You make your way down as the Cocoon Saloon starts to wind its way not only to the surface, but as the early morning hours are starting to wane, and you make your way out with the pretty much sparse crowd. And as you do, leaving the exit, the door opens into Sharn's red light district night. Neons giving you a little glow to bask in, and also outlining the silhouette of a certain captain leaned against the wall. Good hand.
It was a good game.
like the cut of you.
Oh?
I have a proposition for you.
All right. I'm listening. Is it as fun as our last little experience?
Maybe just as telling. You see, I know how you would have come by the keys to the Old Dominion. And I am quite capable of letting you keep it. But you're gonna have to do me a favor.
What would that mean?
What do you think?
I feel like you have a rivalry with a certain establishment. Is that what I'm thinking you're...
He like kicks himself off the wall and starts to kind of walk around the street, kind of looking up. Not really sure what you're talking about.
So what would you like done then, Captain?
Call it disposal. There's a certain creature that's run afoul of a certain organization, and I could use maybe somebody he doesn't suspect to
Clip his wings.
You are good. Yeah. Wanna keep hold of your earnings?
Let's see what we can potentially do.
Oh, we're gonna need that to be a little bit more affirmative, and tomorrow I have good authority he's gonna skip town. And I need his establishment to fall into my possession.
That shouldn't be a problem.
Alright. Well, I'll let you keep hold of those keys for now.
Appreciate it.
I feel like we've made some progress. All right. See you we'll say twilight. 2 days.
You'll find us, we don't find you.
Well, maybe. Bring me back to the beach. Good chat. Nice flower. Turns around, starts to walk down the street, spinning a chain with a key on the end of it. And that's where we're gonna stop for tonight. All right, guys, this game went a little bit later than usual, but I felt like all the things were necessary, and I wanted to get those out there so that we had a really, really interesting game, and gave you guys some really good... You can come back up for air for now. Oh, there's one more thing I want to do.
Yeah.
So, as he walks off into the night, you guys make your way back.
Getting a carriage.
Get a carriage.
Yeah.
Get dropped off. Get a carriage. No. You guys end up dragging in like a few bells later because you're hobbling all the way up. Probably stop to clean Grizz up a little bit on the way back.
Take a short rest.
Okay. So you guys will actually arrive the next morning. It'll be your day off. And as you two part for the evening, when you get back into your room, the swirl on the wall starts to move and shift, and you hear DeVry go, "Ooh, that's quite a conundrum."
Yeah, there's a couple of sides we can pick on this.
There are exactly a couple.
Yes.
Yeah. Seems maybe somebody you don't want to mess with.
Yeah.
You need a little more help.
That would be appreciated. Though I will ask, when you were gone, I was hearing voices of someone else talking to me.
Yeah, that's a present. I didn't expect him to speak up, but yeah, I got a present for you.
What's that?
Oh, it requires a certain amount of gravitas first. I picked him up on one of my excursions. So, really the question comes down to, I saw you betting earlier. Gambling. How much are you willing to bet on us?
And talking about what we've won, or just in general of us working together?
How far do you want to go?
I'm all in.
So, there's a certain aspect of something that was talked about earlier. Maybe the sweeten in the pot at the end there. Know what I'm talking about?
Yes, the pilot.
Yeah. Me and the extra could enjoy some nourishment from that, different ways. His dragon mark would be delectable. I can harness it. And my gift, well, it's kind of like a plant. It's got to be fed, watered. But it's pretty substantial. Feel like being a host? A good host?
It's just you and this other thing right now, right? I'm wondering how many tenants I appear to be holding.
It's just us. He'd get testy if it wasn't any more crowded in here.
I mean, I suppose I need to be a good host. Is he like miniaturized in front of me or something?
He's full size in front of you right
He's
now.
full size?
Sorry, I should have said so.
Without hesitation, shaking his hand.
As you grasp on it, you feel your dragon mark start to pulse and then flare a little bit. And then, Andre, can you cue Kai's picture? You feel a surge of power rush all the way from his hand into your dragon mark and start to move across you. Then you feel your body start to heat. And it feels as hot all over your body, from your toes all the way up to the top of your scalp, as when he jumps in, except that momentary pain doesn't disperse. It continues to consume you, coming out of your dragon mark, squeezing its way out from under your bracer and your sleeve, starting to envelop your hand is an inky, black substance. It seems organic.
It's creeping up my arm. Ripping off pieces of my clothing, trying to...
As you start to
Stop
pull,
it.
you notice that the other side is just latching on. It's coming down both arms. It's starting to reach up. And it goes in your mouth. And then you see nothing. As you become a good host. And you're packed as a host. now entitles you to the protection, for now, of a symbiote.
A symbiote?
Yep, you have a symbiote.
Yikes. Okay.
You'll enjoy the literature on that one, I'm sure.
Oh, jeez.
And that will be the new pact boon that is in Morgrave's Miscellany.
Oh.
You are now a level 3 warlock.
Yep.
And friend.
And friend. Times 2.
With and the symbiote, the pact is called a symbiote bond.
It's called Pact of the Host.
Pact of the host. Oof. That's telling.
Awesome.
Yeah. So, now with that, want to say our quick shout outs and goodbyes and thank yous. Black Magic, Sirenscape, Hero Forge. We got our minis. Those are going to start getting painted here real soon. You got fan art. Do some fan art.
Got until Monday.
Got until Monday. This Monday.
In a
We've seen
particular
some
time?
pretty awesome stuff coming. Huh?
We're gonna give a particular time.
Yeah, midnight Monday. Like
So Tuesday.
11:59 Monday night.
Monday night.
Yeah. So, or I guess maybe when we wake up and check the
Yeah, wake up
inbox.
and check it.
Yeah. So then, you guys have until probably 9 a.m. on Tuesday, is what I'm going to say is the final answer there. Go ahead and get those in for the chance at the Wormwood box that says Inkwell. And Wormwood, thank you for being our partners and doing that. Should have a nice, fun little thing put together for next week from Dwarven Forge. And we'll have a good time rolling our level up dice. And thank you guys for coming and playing. Hope that was fun.
Absolutely. Super fun. I imagine their fight being like if any of our viewers have watched the movie Old Boy, just this complete ridiculous
20
slugging
minutes, one
match.
shot.
Yeah. Just people running up behind Grizz and breaking things over him and just being like, "Ooh, I'm gonna mess you up."
Yeah. If it hadn't been for, if we hadn't been a little bit behind, I would have gone through a whole long narration of that. But
That would have been tough.
yeah. All right. So I'll see you guys next week. Satine, do you have the patience for one more thing for you?
What? Okay.
Okay. So as you go into your room,
Yeah. Why am I scared?
sitting in Harmatio's chair, a elegantly dressed up woman. Why wouldn't you let me help you? Mother. And she whispers your real name. But since nobody's in here, I'm not gonna say it.
Yeah.
And says, let me help you get out of here.
I don't need your help.
But I think you actually want it.
I do not want it. I don't even want you here.
She gets up, storms across, goes to slap you, and it goes straight through your face.
Oh, you're dead. Great. Now you're gonna be around for a while.
I'm not dead.
It looks
That
like
is terrible.
Oh, why don't you go away? There's a reason why I stayed here. It's because I don't want to be around you.
She leans right into your ear and starts whispering. You start to comprehend.
I go,
Yeah, it's fine. You just... You start to comprehend how to seed paranoia into the minds of those that you speak to for at least 1 minute. And then she leans back and she goes, are you sure you don't want to know the rest of it?
Nope, not from you.
Fine. Tell your little boy in the park. And she stomps off into nothingness.
What is that even? Why does she? I don't. I start folding.
Okay.
Origami.
All right.
You're kind of hurt. Maybe we should go see Zelwyn. He might be able to fix that.
Later. And good night.